Heat.
Welcome to True Heel Heat, the place where we use insider terms because we think we know what the fuck we're talking about, even though we don't. My name's Maxwell Jacob Friedman, and I'm better than you, and you know it.
Another Saturday, another True Hill Heat flagship podcast. The crew, the OG trio, are back together to discuss Cesaro leaving WWE. A busy week for AEW, re-signing, signings, debuts, as well as the recap of the week in wrestling, including WWE Elimination Chamber, Impact Wrestling, No Surrender, plus much, much more. We're going to talk all about it. Plus, we're going to give you our top 5 free agents in wrestling today. Producer, hit the intro. Hello. It is me, your True Hill Phenom, SP3. We are live on the True Hill Heat YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch for another edition of True Hill Heat 164 signings, departures, and betrayals. Whoever is watching the show needs to turn it off because you are on the show. We're discussing the latest wrestling news, including Cesaro shockingly leaving WWE after his contract expires. I'm still hearing myself. Busy week for AEW.
The echo.
With the debut, a rumored signing, and a re-signing. Recap of the major weekly shows and weekly shows in wrestling. I'm just gonna mute him. For WWE Elimination Chamber 2022, as well as Impact Wrestling, No Surrender, plus all the weekly shows. And we're gonna give you each our top 5 current free agents in wrestling today. I am back once again with the beautiful, the lovely Miss Krssi Love.
Good morning. Happy Saturday. I hope all is well. We're going to do this for our friend, one of our free agents right now. You know, I got my shirt. I'm repping it. So, you know, we're going to do this. But yeah, let's get right into it. Let's just do it. I'm sure we got a lot of talking to do for today.
I can't call him the candle maker this week, but he is returning. He is the president of Titan Nation. Hopefully, I won't have to call him the Echo Man. He is top guy, JJ.
Nah, like an idiot, I completely forgot to freaking turn the volume down on our own show trying to share it. So, you know, this is rusty shit, rusty shit that you don't do so often, And then you got the kids upstairs. You got the tape on the door for Hardcore Extreme. Clearly, I'm on vacation right now, so hope Bryson got enough sleep before he got kicked out of his room. I'm just,
I mean, he wasn't really happy, but it's whatever. He'll be all right.
He's like Saturday morning. You waking me up.
He's like, why you gotta use my room? Why you can't use London's room like you always use? I can't. No, I have to use your room today. Sorry.
Yeah. So get the variety in there. Get Spider-Man in there.
Get Spider-Man. You see, yep.
Remind us of the second biggest movie of all time.
Miles Morales. There we go.
But the echoes are gonna be gone because I actually knew to turn the volume down like a nutbag, And then I had another video playing on YouTube, an older video of us, and it's just like, okay, I got 3 things going. What an idiot!
And not for nothing, our theme song is like a real bop anyway.
Oh, so it's a bopski. I wasn't even paying attention, and then I got these noise canceling headphones.
Right.
So I can't hear shit. If I don't do this, I can't hear shit.
Oh, yes, because your headphones. Okay, got it.
Don't worry. That's why I do this. I do one of these where you get it slightly off, just in case wifey calls me because the kids did something. I hear them. But we are here back together, the three of us, Miss Krssi Love, Top Guy JJ, and myself. We're gonna talk all about the weekly news in wrestling and all the shows. Plus, we're gonna give you our special. I'm giving them time to think about it because I'm just telling them now. The top 5 current free agents in wrestling.
Thanks,
I know.
friend.
I know.
Thanks.
You always could count on me. But the most important thing for True Hill Heat's flagship podcast is we want to hear from all of you. This is an interactive podcast, so give your thoughts on the latest wrestling news in the live chat. Your super chat donations are so important. They are encouraged and appreciated by all of us. We are a self-funded YouTube channel, so your super chat donations go a long way in helping us help out everyone on the team for contributing to the YouTube channel, providing this content weekly for you. Your super chat donations are the only way to support, or one of the only ways to support, as you can also go to patreon.com/True Hill Heat to become a Patreon backer, and maybe we will call you on the True Hill roll call. That's how we start off this edition of True Hill Heat. We start off by shouting out everyone who's supporting us on social media, our YouTube channel, and Patreon. Our top 3 conversation starters on the True Hills group page on Facebook is coming in at number 3, our Genie Bismone. Coming in at number 2, he's standing tight at number 2. It is Alan Weinstein. And coming in at number 1 is the Negro Buck, Nick Jackson. It's getting closer and closer each week, Alan.
We'll see what happens when WrestleMania comes the week before, right? Is that the deadline?
The heat is coming. The heat is coming. He just made it to the Royal Rumble right now. He got to make it through the Elimination Chamber.
He's got 5 weeks. He's got 5 weeks on the road to WrestleMania. We got our Patreon backers that we got to shout out. Bala B, Alan Weinstein, Nick Jackson, Alex McCarthy, Professor Chris, Austin K, Slam and Sammy Joe, You My Boy Blue, Yachty, Robert Haynes, Steve Salvage, Antoine Rutledge, and 5th Generation Carney. We appreciate all of y'all for helping us out over on Patreon, and we give y'all the content over there you could check out. And we gotta see what comments we got in the live chat already. We got Alan Weinstein who says happy Saturday, what's good y'all, and the True Hill Heat chat fam. We also got 5th Generation Carney joining us this morning. We got Real Take Wrestling, actually biggest news of the week. We are in the presence of the reigning, defending, undisputed Quizzlemania champion. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
You got a trophy too? What?
This is a makeshift trophy. It's actually one of my nephew's old basketball trophies that I wrote Quizzlemania.
I was about to say that's a basketball trophy. Cut the shit. That he wrote Quizzlemania on there. He wrote
Quizzlemania champion.
I don't think Krssi saw that. Krssi, this man wrote Quizzlemania on the trophy.
Quizzlemania champion. I wrote Quizzlemania champion of the world. I did it for all of you people. You people are the reason why I got on Quizzlemania. All the people that are on this channel, all the people that support this channel, the subscribers. It is because of you I am the reigning, defending Quizzlemania champion. I defeated the GOAT of wrestling journalism and reporting right now, Sean Ross Sapp, the greatest Quizzlemania champion in history.
Bigger, right?
I defeated Seti Nyangi, my tag team partner on Mocha Mondays. I defeated Sullivan Bo Brown, one of the funniest and nicest people in wrestling media and on YouTube. I beat them all, and I will defend the Quizzlemania championship next month. So see me there on Porch Fun Now.
Come on, y'all know I don't usually talk about the super chats and all of that, man, but I think if we can help out with some, because we need a real trophy. I can't take anything this man is saying seriously when he is holding up a youth collective basketball trophy.
Listen.
One of his younger. No, listen. I heard him. I heard every word he said, but every time he held that damn Sharpie written trophy.
I wouldn't have showed the Sharpie part, but I would have just showed the trophy.
Hey,
that makes it prideful.
That makes it official. It's written. It's written in permanent marker, ladies and gentlemen.
Prideful.
Jason Michael Campbell joining us. Good morning, True Hill fam. We also got Negro Buck saying, "What's up, my True Hill Heat family? Hope y'all are having a fantastic Saturday. Hope you are as well."
Yes.
Alan Weinstein saying, "Fucking get it together, Top Guy."
Listen. I don't know if you got any of these headphones, but these are some of the baddest headphones on the planet.
Yo, I've heard that, man. You're not the. I remember I talked to you and I saw you, and you're not the only person that said that. I know several people within there. All got great reviews.
All I can hear is you two talking. If shots went off upstairs right now, I wouldn't be able to hear it. These are literally soundproof.
I might have to use tape myself because you see me you had to call me because someone is interrupting me. Like 5 minutes. I'm like, what time it is.
You're not gonna need tape. You're gonna need actual locks because you have big kids. There's babies. Pretty much. There's babies.
Will Chisholm saying, "I love you guys. Y'all are more fun to watch than the Lakers." Ain't that the truth?
Wow.
Ain't that the truth? My dumb ass turned on the Lakers after doing my show. God damn it. That was a bad way to end the night. Alan Weinstein says, "Yes, second place. I am coming strong." Whoa. He also gives us a $10 super chat donation. Look at that. Look at that. Top Guy JJ has motivated the people. All the super chat donation money that we get today are gonna get a new Quizzlemania trophy, or at least we could send the super chat money to Wrestle Talk so they can send me the actual
I'm about to say
Quizzlemania
the
trophy.
same thing. If they do, this is an actual big thing. They don't have a trophy like they're supposed to mail to you guys, and you just mail the next one when the next person win. I don't understand this.
No, they don't.
Shame on them.
They have a championship, but I need to get a shot at the Jam That championship. So we also got
that 5 times fast.
I know. We also got a super chat donation from Real Take Sports, Real Take Wrestling. I got to get used to that. Thank you, Real Take. Thank you, Alan Weinstein, saying get this man a trophy.
So now we're not buying ROH right now. We're gonna put that on hold so we can get you a trophy.
Yo, that's 15 cash on a trophy in like less than 3 minutes, yo. I'm just saying.
You can find it on Amazon. Let me look on Amazon right now. Hold on.
There you go. You can do that while I break down our top news story. Remember, guys, help out the channel, help out this video, help out our flagship podcast by dropping a thumbs up on this video. Share this video with all your wrestling fans, friends, and family on all your favorite social media platforms. If you are new to the True Hill Heat YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here. If you're watching us on Twitch, become a follower over there. We are letting the Twitch channel grow, and we're going to be giving exclusive content to our Twitch channel. So go over there and support us over there as well, and across all the different YouTube channels that you can see True Hill Heat on. But let's get into that top news story. And if you're listening to us on podcast, give us a 5-star rating and help us out in that way as well. So JJ, yes.
I just wanted to put the hand up and not interrupt you. I just wanted to take a moment and send love, thoughts, and prayers to everybody in Ukraine, because the situation going on over there is insane. I have a couple of Ukrainian friends. I got a couple people that is from there. There's a couple families that lives over there, and it's nuts, man. It's nuts. I just hope we get some peace soon. And
yes,
it's just it's scary because of how fast it happened. It happened so fast. And I just hope that everything turns out okay, man. And I hope that we don't go into what we can kind of
possibly. Yes, I don't.
Yes.
No.
Thank you for mentioning that for sure, because we never like to hear what's going on over there. So I love and support to everyone out there, and I hope that there is people from there or people that are affected by what's going on there that can use our podcast to escape, and we can talk about some wrestling and have some fun for the next hour and a half, 2 hours.
Nice to be.
EBB with a super chat donation. Thank you so much, EBB. Always showing your support, saying get this man the real trophy. Absolutely.
I'm looking right now.
We appreciate your super chat donation. It goes a long way. We got Negro Buck saying we stand with Ukraine 100%. We also got Scarlett saying hi, welcome to the channel. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content. And we got MCats who says Maskcaster. Ooh, Oops, my bad. Yes, we'll talk about that. But yes, let's get into our top news story, which is all about Cesaro shockingly leaving WWE after his contract has expired. In some shocking news, PW Insider reported on Thursday that Cesaro is gone from WWE following the expiration of his contract. The report says that Cesaro and WWE were unable to come to terms on a new contract after negotiations. Since this is a contract expiring, there will be no 90-day non-compete clause. Just 1 year after reports emerged that Cesaro was signing a new deal with WWE, he's gone from the company. Fightful Select confirmed PW Insider's report with WWE and fellow talent on the roster. The immediate reaction from those within the company was disappointment and dismay, as Cesaro has been one of the universally liked talent on the roster. We're told Fightful was told that this was not a case of WWE not wanting him there. In fact, he was offered a new contract, which WWE sources claimed was rejected. WWE confirmed to Fightful that Cesaro was on a 1-year extension that he signed in early 2021, and as a result of it expiring, there is no non-compete clause. There were plans to use Cesaro on upcoming shows, but that is no longer the case. Fightful was told that at the time of the departure, there had been no long-term creative plans for Cesaro, and that unless a new deal was reached, that would remain the case. Cesaro had lost his last 7 televised matches dating all the way back to November, and Fightful was told that there was no indication he was going to re-sign and therefore no incentive to push him accordingly. One source indicated to Fightful this wasn't the first time this had happened, as they recalled contract negotiations just last year that caused Cesaro to be pulled from a top contenders gauntlet match, which Shinsuke Nakamura won because he hadn't signed. In the hours following Cesaro leaving the company, Fightful Select reported that as far back as October, Cesaro had mentioned to members of the roster that his deal was coming up in February and wasn't sure if he'd be hanging around. There were several that Fightful spoke to that were surprised that he got a 1-year extension as opposed to the standard re-signing length. Others Fightful spoke to mentioned that they said their goodbyes and said that he didn't necessarily provide a reason as to why he was wrapping things up. However, other sources indicated reasonable disappointment on his part with how he was used, things he was left out of, and spots he didn't fill. WWE sources that Fightful had heard back from spoke highly of Cesaro's professionalism in handling his last match and finishing up with the company. Another said that until he ends up elsewhere, there's always a possibility he could re-sign with WWE, and Fightful was told by numerous people within WWE that it didn't appear to be a door closed completely or a burned bridge. However, the Wrestling Observer newsletter notes that with other stars getting big offers like AJ Styles, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn, it's possible, although unconfirmed, that he wasn't offered the same amount of money, talking about Cesaro. It was noted that there was no word on if he may be in talks with AEW, but there were no backdoor offers from them while he was negotiating. That doesn't mean that AEW won't offer him now that he is a free agent, just that they didn't at the time. Cesaro leaving was said by Wrestling Observer newsletter to be more of a WWE decision than a Cesaro's decision. He wasn't looking to leave, but they made an offer he didn't agree with. Numerous WWE superstars, as well as others from outside the company, including in All Elite Wrestling, commented on Cesaro's departure, expressing love for the performer and potential future plans. We'll start with Miss Krssi Love. What was your initial reaction to hearing that Cesaro was leaving WWE?
Good for him. Good for him. It's sad to say he will be missed because I think he was a good asset that was not utilized, unfortunately. And he can be used somewhere else in the indies where he can be utilized, like as you've seen other guys are now being used. You see them and they are like shining like stars where they was being held back. They were sitting in catering for like ever. And it's sad to say like one of his good matches that we can really talk about that he just had was at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Seth Rollins. Sad to say, but he's done a whole bunch of other things before that. But they weren't like using his skills, the skills that he has, you know? And good for him. When I seen it, I was like, you know what? Whatever it is, he did what's best for him. He left. You're not going to give me what I know what I should be paid. Like you said, AJ Styles, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, All these guys got big. They just got renewed big contracts. So what you're saying now is you don't have enough money to keep me here, and I shouldn't sit here and take this little bit of pennies because I know I'm worth better than that. So I'm going to just walk away. And I don't. And bravo to him, because he could have just said, you know what? All right, give me what you can. Give me a year. Like he could have went back to them or whatever. But no, happy for him to go and do what he needs to do, because I don't need to sit here and be and get utilized that way. It's not fair to me, in my family, or whatever he has. It's not fair to him. And I think I bravo to him. I think that this is great for him. Unfortunately, you see the outpouring love for him once he left, because of course they're family. They're with them more than their own family. And it's sad that you see all these people that love him, but unfortunately the company don't see the love that way.
They don't share the love.
They don't share that.
Yeah.
That exactly. And it's sad.
So, Top Guy JJ, you kind of shared some of your thoughts yesterday when we did our live stream for the 3 count with SP3, but having to sleep on it a little bit, it's been 2 days since the news. What do you believe is like Cesaro's crowning achievement in his WWE career?
His crowning achievement is defeating Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. That was his biggest moment. Like, his favorite time for me, that wasn't my favorite of his. My favorite time was his whole time with Sheamus, with the bar. Like, that was my favorite time. But his crowning achievement is defeating a multiple-time world champion at WrestleMania. Like, that it just gets as simple as that, because it obviously led into the biggest match of his career that he did not win, unfortunately. But, crowning achievement, that's it. Favorite moment, time with the bar, straight like that, because the rivalry with Sheamus was awesome. That best of 7 was fire, and then they became best friends off of it. Like that's some shit that's like, yo, we brothers, yo. It's kind of like similar to what's going on in today's wrestling right now with a couple cats right now. We gonna bleed together before we fight together.
True story. Miss Krssi Love, when do you think WWE failed Cesaro the most? Where do you think the wheels came off of WWE really giving Cesaro a chance to become a star?
After they broke up the bar, I feel like he was just lost and just not being utilized the right way. Especially these last couple of runs, he was losing. It was just bad. And then, you break up something that was really good with the bar to now have Sheamus with another person as a tag partners. Make it make sense, guys. What was the point? They sold merch. They were great heels. They were so good at what they did. It was something that was golden. I don't know what it's a pattern that they do. You have something that's really, really big, and then you you know what? After a while, let's break them up. And then we're going to put the person with another person or have them feud against each other. And then they're going to have a partner with somebody else. Because they don't really they don't have tag teams. They don't put they just put people together. There's no tag teams with them, So I really think right after they did the bar, it was it kind of got lost in the shuffle. And then he kind of got back when, he had the thing with Seth Rollins, which was good. But then after that, after WrestleMania, it just went, the stock went down badly. And it crashed and burned.
So I mentioned this yesterday with Top Guy JJ when we did the 3 count with SP3 talking about it. I feel it goes even further back. I felt like it went back to WrestleMania 30 when he had all this momentum heading into the event. He was a huge babyface when he won the first ever Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale. And then the following night, they paired him with Paul Heyman, who just managed Brock Lesnar to end The Undertaker's winning streak and would proceed to rub it in their face anytime he managed Cesaro. So it literally put a whole bucket of cold water on a hot act, and it just didn't make any sense. And JJ, I actually got to ask Dutch about it. And Dutch was no, that shit made no sense. He was it didn't make sense to me. He was he felt insulted because what they told him, and I want to get your reaction to it because I know how you feel about WWE. He was Cesaro's manager when he got over with the Real Americans. And he said what they told him was, we're gonna put Cesaro with Heyman to get him over. And Dutch felt like that was an insult because he was like, how the hell is Heyman gonna get him more over than what he is? He was like, you got all these people cheering for him. He was like, we the people is over. He was like, that's the thing that was getting him over, plus his ability in the ring. How is Heyman gonna get him more over than how I did?
They did their own worst enemy.
I wanted to get JJ's reaction to Dutch saying that because I thought that was fascinating that he told
That's actually great news that you got right from the horse's ass or whatever. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. But that's just amazing that you got that info directly from him.
It's clearly that what we've been saying for years is that WWE watches their program on deaf ears. Like the fact that they had to think of an idea on how to get somebody that every single time that motherfucker came through the curtain, no matter how trash his music was,
he got over. He was
this
over.
Motherfucker had some of the worst music in WWE playlist history. Like, his music was utter trash, but every time we saw him in the ring, the crowd was louder than his music because no one cared about that. We just cared about what that man did when he stepped in that squared circle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's rather insulting to hand him one mic piece to another mic piece. Like, basically, you're just giving him mic piece to mic piece because Zeb Coulter did all of the Dutch Mantel, obviously, aka Zeb Coulter, was the one that was constantly talking for both him and Jack Swagger.
Yes.
And now you hand a constant mouthpiece over to another constant mouthpiece in Paul Heyman. So you're giving all the star to the management instead of the actual person that is doing all the work. So it is an utter slap in the face. But what I can say to kind of counter what that, that foolish display of management was, if they would have pulled the trigger one time, even if he was transitional, pulled the trigger one time to make him WWE or Universal Champion when he had the one chance, even if he was transitional, it might have influenced his decision to stay longer.
Yep.
Because at least they said they had the confidence to put the strap on him.
Yeah.
They never even. Yep. Mm-hmm.
They never even batted an eye at that shit. Nope. So if they never even batted an eye, it's like, okay, why am I giving you all my faith and all my time? I'm gonna go be happy now. I gave you my loyalty, my years of service. I've done everything that there was to do for you. I've made it through every type of situation with you, got through pandemics with you, got through hardships when the company had no tag teams. I'm done. It's like I'm done. What else can I possibly do for y'all to realize that I deserve a piece of y'all loyalty as well? I just don't want your money. I want your loyalty as well.
Yeah. It's like they could have offered him, the same amount of money that they did Zayn and Owens, but at the end of the day, are they even going to give him the push that Zayn and Owens gets? That's the question. Like,
no disrespect to dudes like the Miz, right? But if you could make the Miz a transitional champion, if you can make him a transitional champion, why the fuck can't you do it to one of the greatest in-ring competitors y'all have ever had? It's more believable if you put the title on a dude like Cesaro than a dude like The Miz. It's much more believable. Like, I believe that this man can actually have a successful defense with it, unlike this motherfucker that won it twice already. No, I call him motherfucker, but I'm just saying he's getting me a little heated now because this guy has been a 2-time Grand Slam winner, as he reminded everybody in the company.
Yes.
And Cesaro has only held 2 belts in the entire company. So it's what are we doing here?
He could have won Money in the Bank. He could have did that whole little thing that they did with Otis or whatever. Took that from him. Took the belt and had it for like what he had it a week or two. The Miz had it 2 weeks maybe.
Yeah,
2 weeks. Yeah, he had an 8-day. He had an 8-day reign.
8-day run. Okay. Yeah, he made it through one Raw and then lost it on the next.
He could have did that, but at least it's on the thing where I won. And like you said, if that could have happened, maybe his stance on staying at the company would have been different. But no.
I mean, they didn't give him the bare minimum, like Negro Buck is saying here. I still think it's absolutely ridiculous that Cesaro never had at least one reign with the Intercontinental Championship. JJ's talking about the WWE and
Raw. The reason why I'm bringing
But I'm just saying, if they would have gave him one reign of the Intercontinental title, we don't know how far they would be.
I don't think it would have influenced.
I think if he had one good reign, I think he would.
Yeah, the US, and he had the tag titles. That was it. But yeah, if they're gonna get Intercontinental, he should have had. He should have had it. There's no reason.
It's kind of like you would supplement one WWE reign with multiple Intercontinental reigns.
Right.
You could have done either one. But then it's like, all right, you got Miz. Then all of a sudden, you're seeing him literally 4 or 5 years ago. They gave Jinder Mahal a shot with the WWE title.
Yes.
And they're like, he's like, really?
Talk about it.
It's like I kind of get that you might trying to be going international, but I'm also international. Like what the fuck are we doing here? Like, you're gonna give all of these other guys an opportunity at this.
We all know why Jinder Mahal became the champion. That's not sugarcoat that shit at all.
I mean,
let's not sugarcoat that at all.
It's obvious why, but it's like you're here. Like, I put on 4-star matches in this company. That's rare.
Yep.
This company doesn't do 4-star matches. This company is all about showing off to the crowd and talking on the microphone. I'm over here delivering in the ring is what's making me get cheered because they know how good I am in that ring.
Yep.
Y'all didn't even give me one or the other, either multiple ICs or one. Legit.
I want to know what the money was on the table. I want to know what the contract said. That's what I want to know.
I don't know if we'll ever get to know that unless Cesaro gives that up in an interview.
We got the tea when he retires.
I want the tea.
We got a super chat donation here from the Negro Buck. Thank you so much, Negro Buck. As always, he said, "Could we see Claudio appear at Supercard of Honor?" I mentioned this to Top Guy JJ and Wendy yesterday on 3 Count with SP3. I would love for Claudio Castagnoli to go back to ROH, which is not a major company anymore. They're not signing people to deals. It's like an independent promotion again, where he can go in, he can become the Ring of Honor World Champion, have a hell of a matchup with Jonathan Gresham, and be their traveling World Champion. What do y'all think about that?
That'd be nice.
That'd be great.
I love it.
It'll be the send off that he deserves as far as being a world champion because he has yet to achieve that in his illustrious career.
Exactly. We got EBB with a super chat donation. Thank you so much. He says Cesaro managed by Regal in AEW. He had Regal's last match. Imagine that pairing. I think that would work amazingly well in AEW if Regal wants to. I think that Cesaro does work better if he has someone to do the talking for him. And hell, William Regal, you there's not that many people who could talk better than William Regal, so that would be a hell of a pairing. What do y'all think?
That sounds awesome. I think him going anywhere was going to be awesome, regardless of where he goes. It's going to be better than where he was currently at. Regardless.
Where he was currently at and where he was going to be, honestly, at the end of the day. So
because he wasn't going to be on WrestleMania, he wasn't going to be on the card this year. Maybe the stupid Battle Royal crap if they even do that, but.
Romeo with a comment here saying Cesaro gave his teeth into his gums for this company.
Yep.
Sad, but true.
Yeah.
Let's wrap up this one with 2 last final questions I have here. Top Guy JJ, where would you like to see Cesaro next?
If I think I said this yesterday. If this company ends up opening up, I would like to see him, have that like a nice run in Ring of Honor as the man, as like the man of that place. But obviously, if there's not like legit openings for where he can go to, have a substantial run, he's got to go to AEW and shoot straight for that TNT championship. Like he's got to go. He's got to go in there. He's got to kind of go in there guns blazing because he's not young anymore. He's not a young cat no more. So whatever he's doing, this might be his final or second to last contract.
Damn.
Very true. Yeah, I mean, he's 41 years old. He's not getting any younger. We also got a comment here from Romeo who said Claudio versus Kingston, Claudio versus Omega, Claudio versus Gresham for the ROH title. Top 3 matches for him. Miss Krssi Love, what are some dream matches outside of WWE you want to see for Cesaro?
Him and Jay White for sure. him and Lethal, I think would be great. Who else? Did he go against Andrade?
Maybe. I'm not too
I
sure.
don't even remember.
It
but
probably was a TV match, if anything.
I think that would be great. But I don't want him to go to AEW, to be honest. Because I think, again, I mean, they have so much going on over there where it's kind of like stacked on stacked on stacked on stacked on stacked, if that makes sense.
Yes.
So I feel like, you know, if he would be in the same boat almost if he went over there. It would be a great pop. It would be great for him. But I don't think that would be the best place for him. I think Impact would be better for him. I see him going, you know, over there and doing some things better. Be like what's the guy name that's just like huge over there right now? Oh Jesus, why am I? He was at GCW. Matt
Cardona.
Yes, go over. Be with him because like right now Matt is like golden. He's like the golden goose right now. That left and is like beautiful. Like go do something where you know that you can be utilized and do it bigger and better and just be great at it. Don't go to AEW. I feel like that's gonna like hinder you down a little bit.
I think the only question I would have for you then, Boo, is do you think any of those other companies besides AEW can offer him between $250K to $500K?
Oh,
yeah, exactly.
Right.
I think a lot of people don't think about that before they start thinking about another place for him to go to.
And it's because he's not young. He's not young. He's not 34. He is 40 plus. He doesn't have a lot of wrestling contracts left. So it's like the window is going back to the E or really AEW. There really isn't many other options for him. Unless he goes and does a bunch of one-off. Unless he does a bunch of like an ROH one-off for $25K. He does like these one-off appearances for these big paychecks. But
he just like gets a check right here. And then, you know, you go to another place, get a check right here. Do like one or two things and we go to another like he's just like filtering around everywhere.
Get paid by the appearance. Like if he ain't getting paid, if he ain't getting paid on a contract,
I didn't think about his age. You're right. I didn't think about his age because so he's gonna have to go over to AEW.
He's gotta get that bag. Gotta get that bag.
He's gotta get paid.
You think of all the dream matches, think of all the possibilities outside. I would love for him to be in the G1 and have a match with Ishii. You got John Elite, Hussein Okada. Him versus Okoto Ibushi would be amazing. It's been years since they went against each other. See, you got Frantic World saying that right there. There's so many possibilities, but yeah, if Cesaro's going to sign another deal, it needs to be with AEW.
Because that's where Tony has the money, and Tony can give him that guaranteed money that he couldn't get at WWE.
And it seems like Tony Khan said, why do I have to spend $3 million on Cody Rhodes when I can sign everybody else with this $3 million? Because that's our other top news story. It's AEW with a busy week. Reportedly expected to sign Shane Swerve Strickland and Jeff Hardy, officially debut Buddy Matthews on AEW Dynamite, and they have re-signed Brian Cage. After weeks of rumors, Fightful Select has learned that All Elite Wrestling is signing Shane Swerve Strickland. Wrestling Observer noted last week that Swerve was expected to come to AEW, and later noted that it wasn't made clear if Strickland is AEW bound, and said there's a very good chance he's coming in. Fightful has been told that since January, many within AEW were operating under the assumption that the deal was going forward, and the deal was in effect starting the first week of March. Those that Fightful spoke to said that AEW inquired very early after his release about potentially bringing Swerve in, and Fightful also reported that AEW views Strickland as a potential crossover star. There have been numerous talent discussed over the past year for additional Warner Media shows, including Darby Allin. In regards to Strickland's interest from other companies that Fightful reported, he's already been booked for GCW dates, appeared for numerous high-level indies, including Defy. He's also appeared for New Japan Pro Wrestling, but Fightful was told he doesn't have a contract with them. Also, ROH has had interest in Strickland for dates for their reboot, though that hasn't been announced and likely won't happen now. Strickland was a top talent, of course, in NXT and was released by WWE along with the rest of Hit Row shortly after their SmackDown debuts. But that isn't the only big WWE name expected to join All Elite Wrestling. A new video emerged this week of Jeff Hardy interacting with YouTuber Jared Myers and confirming that he is in fact AEW confirmed. In the video, it sounds as though Jeff says, "I'm going to AEW. I'm so excited." There has been much speculation about what the future had in store for Jeff Hardy, who sees his non-complete clause expire presumably on March 9th, if it is the WWE standard of 90 days after release. Recently, Jeff's brother Matt spoke about their potential future together in AEW, saying, "Jeff and I both made that deal to each other. We want to end our careers the way we began our careers. We're getting the opportunity to do that now as all of the planets have aligned. I'm really excited for how 2022 is going to turn out for the Hardys. It's going to be a great, great year. We're very much excited to be teaming again and having some first-time matches, which is going to be rare. We've gone long enough without teaming, and that there's all these fresh matchups out there, and there's so many great tag teams in the world. The AEW tag team division is jam-packed and overflowing. If we end up doing something at AEW, I think that'd be very cool too." Jeff was quick to go to Twitter, though, after the video had been released, saying that he was going to AEW and clear the air on the matter, basically saying, "My confirmed quote that you heard me say isn't for real because I'm not legally supposed to do that," saying, and I quote, "Nothing is confirmed. Social media can't be right now. I've simply set a goal for myself and I will achieve it. Eventually, the main thing is don't get excited." Jeff was released on December 9th, so he won't officially be able to talk or say he's talking to AEW until March 9th. On top of all these two potential signings, former WWE star Buddy Matthews had made his AEW Dynamite debut after weeks of speculation he was joining the promotion. He officially joined the House of Black with Malachi Black and Brody King by attacking Pac and Penta Oscuro. Then, in probably the most shocking of these moves of them all, Fightful Select reports that Brian Cage, that he spoke to those close to him at AEW Dynamite this week, that All Elite Wrestling had exercised the option on his contract for one more year. Cage was said to be very surprised by this move by AEW. So, Top Guy JJ, I'll start with you. Do you think that AEW is completely going overboard with the signings, the re-signings, all this stuff? Or do you believe each person coming in that I've just spoke about has a role that you understand why they're coming in?
AEW's been overboard with the signings. Like I mean, it's just that it's like the thing about us wrestling fans is that we don't seem to really remember how large rosters are and how much they're on TV every week. They only have 3 hours of television. They don't do house shows. They do a pay-per-view every 3 months. Like so some of it is like, yes, this is great, but talk to me about what has Jay Lethal done since he's been in AEW.
Talk about it, friend. Let's go.
What are we doing here? Like Andrade is partner. Andrade has been paired up with Matt Hardy. Like, what are we doing? He lost to Sammy
Guevara. Hello.
Like, what are we doing here? So basically, Keith Lee debuted 3 weeks ago. He's had enough on-screen time for one promo.
He's had two promos. He's been on 3 weeks.
He's had a vignette. He's had a vignette, and he's had a promo. So
no, there was a promo in the vignette. That's two promos.
So my point being is that there is little to no time for all of these people, but we're having fun with it. So fuck it. we're about to sign the Hardys. We're about to sign Strickland. We got Buddy Matthews in here join. So it's like every single segment is going to have like 16 people in it. So that's essentially the route that we're going. So we have every segment has some type of faction in it, unless it's the two. They have two main one-on-one dialogues, two main ones, and then everything else is convoluted. So it's like right now their current main one-on-ones is Adam Cole and Adam Page. And the other one is MJF and CM Punk. Everything else, my bad. I forgot about John Moxley and Bryan Danielson. So you got three.
You got four.
Everything.
Kingston, and Jericho.
That shit just started.
That started a month
No,
ago. What are you talking about?
What are you
talking about?
I was gonna say 2.5 weeks, but you know.
No, it started a month ago. That was when Kingston started getting in between Jericho and Santana and Ortiz. That's when the story started.
Okay.
I'm just stating facts.
Three of them I'm buying because 3 of them I'm buying that Jericho and Kingston won. Like even though they had a good promo, I'm like, okay. I'm not the fan of a Jericho rivalry like this because this is a complete one and done. Like this is like so done after this. Like this is so done after this.
That's what needs to happen. When Jericho tries to continue feuds, that's when it gets stale. The MJF feud got stale because they did it so much. He needs those one. That's the same thing that happened with the Orange Cassidy feud. It got stale because he kept doing one-on-one matches. He just needs to do one-offs. His best feuds are Cody and Jon Moxley. One-offs.
One-offs. That's correct. One-offs.
Okay, you OD'd it with the Jericho one because that shit lasted. That shit lasted from the conception of AEW. I feel like it went on for like a year and a half. Like that's insane. To go one-on-one, to go groups, to go one-on-one, to groups like that. That was too much. That was way too much.
Yeah,
just saying.
I agree. That's what I'm saying. Jericho's better at one-offs. Truly, Romeo saying, Jeff prematurely announcing he is all elite sounds like erratic behavior. Test him. He needs him to piss in a cup. Erica saying,
wow.
I love
no.
Let's go off the being the elite. They did.
I'm not sure if you guys saw BTE, man. Like the Bucks gave Matt Hardy fucking NyQuil cups, bro. Like what fucking NyQuil cup? Can you move that comment real quick? Look at them fucking cups, bro. How you supposed to piss in that? What kind of little baby wiener we supposed to be having doing some shit like that, man? That shit is barely fitting in his fingers.
We got Annika Wilson who says, I love these wrestlers going to AEW, but I do want the next wrestler to be a genuine surprise. Like
don't tell us what's happening. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you can't blame Sean and Fightful for that. They doing their job by reporting.
Honestly, nothing's a surprise anymore. Honestly, not with social media, not with the 70,000 reporters that's hopping on every coattail on every contract. Surprises are pretty much done in the sport.
But no, I mean, AEW has provided the most, honestly. You had Malachi Black, which, it was reported by Fightful like an hour before the show, but not a lot of people heard about that one. That was a genuine surprise to a lot of people. Right, Adam Cole and Bryan Danielson at the same time was a surprise to everyone and their mama. So, yeah, they definitely have their surprise.
Yeah, but we knew they were coming.
No, you knew Bryan Danielson. Everybody, the talk around, don't revisionist history me. The talk around All Out was that Adam Cole was going back to WWE, actually. It was that he was in talks. That's when the whole news came out. They gave him the plans to be a manager and cut his hair, but still the talk was he was going back to WWE. Don't give me that revisionist history that, they knew he was going to AEW. No, people were literally talking themselves out of that idea.
The louder you talk doesn't make your point any better.
No, I'm only talking louder when you tried to talk off.
I'm not trying to.
That's the only time. No, that's the only time I talk.
I'm stating this is a straight fact here. Once we knew that Adam Cole put Kyle O'Reilly over, we knew he was gone. So whatever dialogue you're trying to dig back into, we all knew this was done.
No.
This was done.
Go back and watch the shows. Literally, you were one of the people that said that I don't know if he's going to AEW or not. It was literally up in the air. No one knew he was going to AEW, especially at All Out. No one knew he was going to be at All Out. No one said that. You didn't predict it. No one on the show predicted. No one in the live chat predicted it. No analyst predicted it. No one reported it. It wasn't a foregone conclusion he was going to AEW.
Where? No one predicted where these guys were going to show up. No one predicted that. Everybody,
but literally no one on this show said he was going to AEW. That's what I'm saying. Like, your revisionist history. If it was like we were all like, oh man, Adam Cole's going to show up in AEW like in a minute. No, none of us were saying that. It was literally a mystery where he was going. So We got Eddie and Jericho started interacting late last year from Bill's Mafia, so thank you for that. I said a month ago, but it got heated up like a month ago, pretty much. We got You My Boy Blue, who says, I'm ready for Jericho to go on a cruise or something and take a break. I feel like we're getting too much of him at this point. We got Annika saying, yeah, that's the difference. They kept the Sting under wraps, and that's what they kind of did with Cole as well.
Yeah.
Yes, the Sting one was a straight genuine one. The Sting one, no one said anything about it until he showed up. And then, what's up with the Jericho slander? Like, why are we getting Jericho slander for? Like, why? People
been down on Jericho the last few months, man.
They're not really feeling him right now. They think that he's holding his people back, except maybe Sammy.
Well, whoever's doing that can EAD. I'm just saying, whatever, because Jericho, because one,
I'm just
if
telling
y'all
you
don't
what
realize
they're
how,
saying, friend,
you don't realize
question, and we're just giving you the answers of what that you asked. That's all.
Jericho is getting him. If we haven't realized over the past month how good Jericho is starting to look again, like Jericho is starting to get back into his old form. I'm just saying,
is he?
If people have you been paying attention to Chris Jericho for the past month? Like Jericho it looks like he has lost at least 30 pounds already.
Yes.
Okay.
Shape wise, yes.
You should say shape wise. I mean,
that's on his old form. That's what.
Not
say that he.
It sounded like you were saying old form as like old person, old ways.
Oh God,
how he used to be. No, that's what we received.
I hope not.
That's what we were receiving from you. Now, if you're saying, oh, he's lost a lot of weight, like he's toned his body, then yes, we agree with you on that. But he's definitely not the Jericho that came to AEW when it first started. Like, he's definitely not that person. He's older. He's done all these things. He's great on commentary. I think he should transition to being that, do that part. But wrestling is soon going to be over for him, friend.
Isn't it kind of weird that he has never attempted to go for the TNT Championship once?
He doesn't need to, though.
No, I'm not.
Jericho's the first ever AEW World Champion.
He's never getting that again. He's never getting that again. He's never getting the AEW Championship.
No, but he said to Eddie, he is the big one now. He's his own championship. Beating him is an accomplishment for anyone who does it now.
That was a good line.
And we got Nick Jackson who says, I thought Cole was coming to AEW from Jump, but him debuting at All Out was a huge surprise. We also got Bill's Mafia said no one knew Cole was coming or when, and AEW did not tease it once on TV. We also got EBB agreeing with Top Guy JJ. Jericho been showing great signs this past month, honestly. We also got You My Boy Blue saying, I'm a Jericho fan. He's great. ... in small doses. We got Bill's Mafia who also says the story is Eddie can't win the big one and it's likely too early for him too. So he doesn't think Eddie's going to get the job done at Revolution. But love those conversations to give us the spirited arguments and debates. Do you expect though Brian Cage to do something meaningful with AEW now that he's re-signed, Miss Krssi?
Nope.
No, unfortunately, he should have said, you know what, guys, let me go. But I guess the money is, I'll get paid and do nothing. I mean, if we're going to think about these things now, I'm thinking about my family. Most of these people are older. Like you said, SP, you explained it very well. Where am I going to go? What am I going to do? And you know, who's going to give me the money that I can guarantee? I'll take the check. To do nothing, I can stay home. That's fine. I have no problem with that. We're still in a panorama. We might be in war and a half right now, but hey, whatever. I'll work, not work, for free at home.
Absolutely.
Somebody sound like they got
trouble. I was like, oh, they in trouble over there.
But he can't even hear them though.
I can't. And if they screaming, that means it's probably nap time.
Absolutely. Top Guy JJ.
At first they was like,
12 o'clock.
laughing and
12
having
o'clock.
fun.
It's about to be nap time.
And then
nap time.
Yeah.
They're about to be hollering for the next 10 minutes.
One final question to wrap this top news story up, Top Guy JJ. Who do you want to see face the reunited Hardy Boys?
Oh God.
I mean, I mean, I guess you're forcing this question on me, so I got to answer it.
Yes.
The top team that I would probably want to see against is, I haven't seen it personally, so I would love to see it against the Lucha Bros. Like I would love to see a matchup like that. Give me that. I'm trying not to do any of the WWE pair ups.
Right. Yep.
I've seen Bucks and Hardys a number of times already. Santana and Ortiz versus the Hardys would be a nice matchup as well.
Oh, that was gonna be that was
like that's a good one as well. Like, I mean, they still got a few good matchups in there, but I try not to do FTR so soon. Try not to do the Bucks so soon, because we've seen all
go
of these
against
already.
the Acclaimed.
That would be fun.
That would be fun.
Max Caster
will get canceled off TV if he gets to rip on Hardy live, yo.
I love the Acclaim. I think the Acclaim is like one of the best things on AEW. When they get to be on TV, I think they're amazing.
There you go. We got love for the Acclaim on a week. I didn't expect to hear any love for the Acclaim. But yes,
not for nothing, but we've seen Bowens in person and everything like that. That's
he's our people. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. We always show love for Anthony Bowens, but let's get into what we miss. Yes, absolutely. I was waiting for that. I was waiting for that. Of course, guys, quick reminder, remember to drop the thumbs up on this video. We got a bunch of y'all watching, but we need those thumbs up with us. Have a thumbs up party in the chat. Of course, also hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. And of course, your super chat donations is the best way for us to highlight your comment. If you got a question about any of the wrestling news, any of the shows we're talking about, super chat donation, any little amount counts, and it's greatly appreciated. Romeo.
I catch Rampage last night yet, but I heard that they edited out Max Caster's rap.
They edited out his rap because the first part of his rap had a line about Vladimir Putin, and no, we are not joking about Vladimir Putin this week, Max.
I did see the rap on Twitter. Did you see the last part of the rap?
The last part of the rap, they did air though. They edited it where it really just sounded like he didn't know what he was saying, because they edited it at the part where he started like stuttering, and then he ended it with y'all are best friends, but y'all don't have any black friends or something like that. So yeah. Max Caster, you're gonna get yourself in trouble all the time. Let's get into what we missed. WWE Elimination Chamber 2022 was last weekend. They had Brock Lesnar won the WWE title Elimination Chamber match to win the gold after beating 4 of his 5 opponents. Bobby Lashley was taken out early on due to concussion protocol, which was revealed to be a shoulder injury, and he had to get surgery. That he suffered the shoulder injury at the Royal Rumble 2022 in his match with Brock Lesnar. Bianca Belair won the Elimination Chamber match to become the #1 contender for the Raw Women's Championship. Becky Lynch defeated Lita to win the Raw Women's to retain the Raw Women's title in a very fun matchup. Roman Reigns defeated Goldberg to retain the Universal Championship. Ronda Rousey and Naomi beat Charlotte Flair and Sonya Deville. Drew McIntyre defeated Madcap Moss after one of the scariest bumps ever to Moss, with him landing directly on his head, on his temple, on an Alabama Slam. But he was okay and actually wrestled on SmackDown.
I don't even know how.
We will get to shortly. Miss Krssi Love, what was the highlight for you from Elimination Chamber?
That the girls had 3 matches. We went from not having any at all, and the girls got to wrestle in 3 matches, which I have to say, kudos to all of them. You flew over there in that hot weather and wrestled fully clothed. Shout out to all of them for, being able to even just be there, because at one point they couldn't even go. You understand what I'm saying? Like, so, I think that's one of the highlights that we have to, think about. And these women were able to broadcast and show these other women that live there that they can do these things. So I think that was a highlight for me. Show wasn't overall bad, I guess. I mean, it's they were very predictable matches. So that's that. Yeah, that's it. That's all I got for you, friend. The women. The women were the highlight for me.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Top guy,
The women were the highlight.
Did you see anything from Elimination Chamber this year?
I unfortunately did. It was one of the worst chamber shows I've ever seen. It was really bad. The WWE pay-per-views have really been delivering, but this one was straight garbage. The best thing about this entire pay-per-view was that 12 women was on it. And they went from having none to 12. They went from none to 2 to 12. So the fact that they've been able to do that is straight awesome. Mm-hmm. But if the best match on the card was not that good of a match between Becky Lynch and Lita, in my opinion, that does not say a lot about this entire show.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
I mean, also we went from last year's, Saudi show, which was we enjoyed. It was really good. And then you now give us the elimination chamber. You throw the elimination chamber in Saudi Arabia. You bring all this damn equipment, and you give us a trash show. Thanks, guys. We appreciate you so much.
The problem with it was the booking of every single match. There was no suspense in any outcome of any match. Like once you saw Goldberg and Roman open the show, it's like, the fuck is this?
Yeah, yeah.
And then this was to me the worst match of Roman Reigns' entire championship run. Like this was bad. And you don't start a pay-per-view off with the best person in the entire company and have that bad of a match.
And it's not
his fault that it was bad. It was just boring.
It's because of who he was fighting. Like why do we keep throwing Goldberg in the mix for this?
No, I don't blame Goldberg for this.
This is a combination of both. This is a combination of both.
No, this is on the agents, honestly. How do you have Goldberg and Roman and there's only 2 spears? Like the whole genesis of them feuding with each other is the spear. How does there's 2 spears in the match and all of them are by Goldberg. Roman didn't even hit a spear. Like
right.
How do you book that match that way? I put that on the agents. And then I blame Roman and Goldberg because you have to put some input in there too.
I blame them both because of that, because they are 2 of the biggest players in the entire brand. Like to hear that, and this is how this match is going to play out, and to hear Roman's and not going to execute a single one of his finishing moves. Like he's gonna end the match very suddenly on this guillotine, like lock. Like he's gonna pass Goldberg out. Like this was all bad. Like this was all bad.
Let's be honest with. I haven't been that impressed with any of Roman's title matches of late in the last 6 months. I think the last time he had a great match that I didn't have one complaint about was SummerSlam against John Cena. That's the last time to me. Because him and Finn Balor had a good match at Extreme Rules. No one remembers that because of the finish.
That's a fact. You're right.
Him and Brock Lesnar had an okay match in Saudi Arabia, but it was more about the finish and Paul Heyman getting involved than anything. Him and Big E had a good match, but not very memorable. Him and Seth Rollins had a great match with a shitty finish. And then this Goldberg match is just boring. It's just boring. Like it's been 6 months since Roman Reigns had a genuine great match, and I don't think enough people are saying that. I think that we are giving him the benefit of the doubt because he's been the best character, in ring, this company has not gave him any favors with his matches of late.
And what's consistent about all of that is one thing. What is the one thing that's been consistent with all of this? Shitty finishes. Like these finishes.
Who's doing that? Is somebody back in the back? Yes.
Like I understand y'all trying to protect him,
but it can't
let
be that
him
way.
win matches without the gods protecting him. Like this has been so much stupid protection. The protection has been dumb. Yeah. Like it's not even been like, oh, that was smartly done. And it's like now it's like the way. Like, we thought that the way Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns' match would have escalated into a little bit more, that shit just died. That whole program just died.
We need our producer to do some research. Is this really him? Is this the real him? We got Hook in the chat telling us see me next week on Rampage, apparently. But we need our producer to do some research and let us know if that's the real Hook.
It's definitely him. You could see he's typing in all caps.
Are we sure?
Oh my god!
It's hook in all caps, so it has to be.
Did you hear his answer?
Yes.
It's all caps. That's him.
Let's talk about AEW Dynamite from this week. They were once again over 1 million. Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Never mind. Never mind. It's a fraud. He's writing in lowercase letters.
Whatever. Okay. So yeah, I didn't. Obviously, I know you guys covered it on the roundtable review for it, but what did you think of this pay-per-view? Because I don't know if I'm in a minority with this, but I thought this was a really, really, really bad pay-per-view.
I don't think it was a really bad pay-per-view. It was just a really average pay-per-view. I think that Crown Jewel skewed the expectations that we had for Saudi Arabia events. Mm-hmm. I think if we had our same expectations prior to Crown Jewel for this show, we would have just said, "Oh, it was a Saudi Arabia show." Yeah, I watch a lot of different wrestling shows. This was just an average WWE show. I rate WWE based on WWE. I rate AEW based on AEW. When you start comparing the two, yes, this would be a bad show in comparison to AEW. But in comparison to WWE, it was just average. There was no great matches, but there was good matches, and there was nothing. There was no matches to me that were like objectively bad, memorably bad. There were no matches that were memorably bad. The worst criticism I could give for a match was that it was boring. Roman and Goldberg. That's it.
Okay, because I know we were on a ride for the Royal Rumble. Like the Royal Rumble was a ride, it was a pay-per-view of a ride. It was a roller coaster. Obviously, the roller coaster went down, but we started off very high, and then I was more disappointed by Royal Rumble. I was more disappointed by Royal Rumble than this show. I will say that because I had higher expectations for the Royal Rumble.
I agree with you, SP, because it's one of your big four, and you treated it like a regular pay-per-view.
Yeah,
you treated it. I would expect this for Elimination Chamber, like you said. It's Elimination Chamber, but you were supposed to hold out all the stops for the Royal Rumble.
And that card, they had Brock versus Lashley, they had Seth versus Roman, they had 2 Royal Rumble matches with all these returning stars, and it flopped. Like it was lackluster. It was very lackluster. Your expectations for Elimination Chamber in Saudi Arabia was anything above a 6 out of 10, then no. Then yeah, you probably were disappointed and think it was a bad show. But if you set your expectation at the right thing, I think it was just an average show. And
it was the regular. Sorry to cut you off, JJ. It's one of the regular Saudi shows that we're used to by now.
Yeah. Okay. I guess I'm just asking these questions because I don't watch weekly shit no more. So I'm just trying to see what the bar is for these shows.
There's no bars anymore, really.
They spoiled you in 2021, man, where you didn't have to watch the weekly shows and the pay-per-views were delivering. Like
that's that
it's
part.
Not that. Exactly. It's not that. They've gotten back. They treated us good because they had the fans back in attendance, and now they're back into this monotonous thing that they do.
Don't say monotonous. Just say it's shit, SP. It's fine. Look, maybe you got the kids around you. That's probably why. I'm sorry, but no, just say it's the same bullshit. It's okay for it. I'll say it for you. It's okay.
EBB saying Roman run hasn't been beneficial to the brand as a whole. It's became boring. Character work great, but they don't build anyone else. Look at Kenny's reign. He had good feuds while building Hangman. I 100% agree. AEW, just look at how they booked all their world champions, where you always saw the guy that was going to beat him coming, and you saw them building him at the time. No one knows who's beating Roman for this reign. No one has a clue.
No one has any clue. Like, we don't even.
Yeah, who in the WWE? Is going to end this? Probably going to be 700-day reign once this is over.
Right,
who's going to do it? Who?
And then he's going to be gone for a little bit because he's going to be home resting.
Yeah, it's like who's
chilling.
Worth it? Who's truly worth it?
I mean, it's honestly at this point, I've been saying it's gotta be someone like a Braun Breaker. Like that's the only guy that's young.
What?
No, it's gonna be Braun Breaker. That's the damn Krssi. It's gonna be Braun Breaker. That's the guy they're building up in NXT. Let's talk about AEW Dynamite while Krssi Love gets mad at me.
If that happens, I ain't watching. If that happens, I'm truly not watching WWE anymore. I'm truly not.
Take me off of SmackDown. I will not do this no more. I'm sorry. I will not. I will not. I will
Yeah,
not.
I don't even think I
What's
don't even think I
wrong
can watch.
with Braun Breaker?
I wouldn't even watch WWE pay-per-views no more.
Nope.
I'm even done with pay-per-views.
I'm not.
What's
doing
wrong
it.
with Braun Breaker?
I'm not doing it.
25-year-old Braun Breaker.
Encino Man. I'm not doing it. Nope.
25-year-old.
How is that worse than Encino? How is he worse than Von Wagner?
That's just as bad. I'm just saying.
No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's
okay,
not.
friend.
Von Wagner has no charisma. Braun Breaker has charisma. He has it factor. You can say that he's not a good wrestler because he's not. He's green. But he has a lot of things that would make him a star. You hear this, Romeo? You hear what I have to deal with here?
Guys,
like, am I the only one?
This is as good a time as any to say, make sure you catch NX3 on Tuesdays, which covers and reviews the show that has the man that is going to dethrone Roman Reigns. You got to watch NX3.
Or watch the following day, Wednesdays, the NXT review on Wrestle Talk podcast. There might be a reason why I'm telling you that. AEW Dynamite, we also missed. The show was highlighted by an epic promo by Maxwell Jacob Friedman, MJF, giving his origin story of his heel character of being bullied, racially abused, and then felt abandoned by his hero, CM Punk, when he left the business. It's one of the most captivating promos I've ever seen.
It gave me chills, friends.
Red Dragon won the Tag Team Royale after Kyle O'Reilly faked an injury to full Matt Jackson. After the match, Hangman Page cut an impassioned promo on Adam Cole ahead of Revolution after laying out Red Dragon. Eddie Kingston and Chris Jericho, as we previously said, had an awesome promo exchange to set up their AEW Revolution showdown. Eddie Kingston with my line of the week when Chris Jericho asked him if he knew what achievement-phobia was. Eddie Kingston responded, "I got a GED. No, I don't."
Yo, that shit popped me. That shit popped me.
Jade Cargill beat the Bunny to retain the TBS title and was then challenged by Tay Conti for Revolution. And he also had
a good match for her.
We also had Bryan Danielson defeat Daniel Garcia in a technical wrestling clinic. Post-match, 2.0 jumped Danielson until Jon Moxley made the save and made his match with Bryan official for Revolution. What did you think of AEW Dynamite this week, Top Guy JJ? And what was the highlight for you on this promo-heavy show, but some fantastic promos?
Oh, I mean, if the highlight of the week is not the MJF promo, then we're not watching the same program. Honestly, it's like there's some moments where this is head and shoulders above everything else, because I love so many of the exchanges. I love the Jericho and Kingston exchange, just that classic, you little rich boy bitch, and I'm from the hood. Like, you don't know any of the terminology. I'm about to swing your way. That shit was awesome. But damn, that MJF promo, I probably watched that promo like 3 times already. Like, that 5'0" ADD ridden Jew boy. Like, the fact that he and the choking of the voice during the promo, the way he read the story, the way he got weak during it. It was something to behold. And then the way Punk reacted to that was like a shoot. Like, that's the way he responded to it was shoot-like. And then it led to MJF's tears. Like, what the fuck are we watching? Is this a wrestling promo? Like, or is this a scene of a fucking movie? Like,
right. It felt like a movie to me.
That was amazing. Like amazing. Like, I don't know how many times we said we've heard MJF's best promo.
We've said it quite a few times.
MJF's best promo. We've heard MJF's best promo, and it is the most authentic thing that you're gonna hear, because it probably came with a lot of truth to that story, but also some advances to make it more passionate and more, and more obviously a little deeper. But there's probably a lot of truth in that story, which makes it even better. But yeah, AEW Dynamite this week was solid from top to bottom. Like, it was a real solid show. Like, you opened it. I think you opened it up with the House of Black. Like that was.
I believe the opening of the show was the Tag Team Royale, which was a lot of.
Oh yeah, a lot of fun. Yeah, you're right. And then they had one person from each team at the end. Yeah. It was really, really cool. And then, I mean, to have the debut of Buddy Matthews completely overshadowed by everything else that took place in the show, like that was an afterthought, basically him debuting, which is nuts because this is a big debut. This is a lot of people. Even Stat King wanted this. Like, there's people that wanted this to happen, and then this is a footnote in the show. Like Dynamite was great. The ending was great with Bryan and Moxley. Like. This show, I have zero complaints about this show.
How about you, Miss Krssi Love? What was your highlight?
Definitely MJF, for sure. That, I mean, my God, like JJ said, I didn't know. I thought I'm watching a wrestling promo, and then I was like, did he take acting classes? Like, what happened? Like, did he practice this? Like, did he put like fake teeth? Like, how did he get so like? What did you do? I later on, I want to find out, like, what was your like motivation to give this? Like, how did you prepare yourself to give this to us? Like, what did you do? I want to know that answer because that
quarter story was probably true.
It could. That's what I'm saying. Like, it
could be.
Like, what took you to that place? Like, you know how actors are like, I had to go into a dark place. I had to like, find like how, like, what would where can I connect to this? You know what I'm saying? Like, connect to you. Like, how did that all work out? And I think it was very, very well done. Like, the show wasn't bad at all. I think that was the Bunny and Jade, great,
solid match.
Solid match. I think this is one of Jade's matches.
Yeah.
Out of all
matches
what
are getting better and better.
They're getting better, and I think the Bunny helped her.
Yeah, absolutely.
She's been working with Brian backstage as well,
that's
so
also
that helps a lot.
Been helping, yes.
And I love this. We got a super chat donation here from EVB saying 2 women's matches at Revolution. Great to see. What would you have open? I'd go for Britt versus Rosa. Started off with a massive title change. What do you think, Krssi, about the 2 women's matches at Revolution with Rosa versus Baker and Jade versus Ty?
I'm excited. I would love to see if Rosa and Britt can open the show. We don't need them to close. We've already seen them that they can do that. Don't put them in the middle. It would be a great opener. Start the show off. Put the show off on a bang because yes, the Rosa has to like get this little run right now. And then she's gonna have Mercedes probably there too or whatever. Like something's gonna happen. But yes, have them start the show. I agree with you, EBB. This is great. Do that. I love this. I'm happy that they're gonna have these 2 matches for the women. Make them at least solid timings. You know what I'm saying? Give them a little bit of, well, Britt and them, we already know they're gonna get a good like 15, 20 maybe.
I think this is going to be a 4-hour pay-per-view because they already got 9 matches for the card. This is going to be a long one.
Yeah, this is going to be a long one. Yeah.
I also got to highlight.
I'm sorry. The last one was long too. Like we were there. Yeah. I'm like, it's damn near 12 o'clock. Like, what time is this going to be over? Yeah.
CM saying we're watching The Incredibles live, and I do agree. Yes, that was one of the best memes I saw. No. She's talking about MJF. MJF's promo was the villain from Incredibles. It was Syndrome. It's basically the same story that he grew up a big fan of Mr. Incredible, and then he spurned him.
One of my favorite movies.
Spurned him when he was young, and then he became a supervillain. That's basically the same plot.
That's incredible.
Great comment there, Sia.
I love that. That is one of my favorite movies.
So can I play? Can I play devil's advocate on that EBB comment right there? How about when is there going to be a time? Is it anytime soon where AEW on women main eventing the show?
The pay-per-view?
What bigger matches are they going to have besides this? What bigger match are they going to have to? Oh, what?
Yeah,
you good now?
No, you're good. Yes, you're good. Yes, you just break.
I'm going to say. So, trying to play devil's advocate to EBB's comment about potentially opening up the show. When is AEW potentially going to pull the trigger on women main eventing the show? What bigger match are they going to have from 2 women?
I already
bigger
booked
matches
it.
there, I'm just
Book it for
I already booked it. I already booked it, ladies and gentlemen.
curious.
You come to me to find out where AEW is going because I told y'all Hangman was going to win the world title. I told you MJF's going to beat him for it. I told you Kenny was going to beat Jon Moxley months in advance. So I will tell you this: Thunder Rose is going to beat Britt Baker at Revolution. Yes. What's the bigger matchup than that? Is the undefeated Jade Cargill, TBS champion versus Thunder Rosa. That's the biggest match they can give us after they give us the Rosa and Baker match. It's Jade Cargill, who is 2-0 against Thunder Rosa versus the champion who beat the greatest women's champion of all time in Britt Baker. That's the bigger matchup.
I was gonna say Britt Baker goes on a break, comes back a babyface, and babyface Britt versus Jade Streak.
That's another one. That's another good one.
I'm gonna say she's not.
So this is all curiosity because this is gonna this because you have. All right, if you get champion versus champion, is this title? Or is it just champion versus champion? Because if it's just champion versus champion, I want no.
We are not talking in WWE terms. We were talking about AEW. They wouldn't. I am very confident in AEW. They wouldn't just give us a champion versus champion match unless it was for both titles. Like that's what they did with Sammy and Cody. Let's just judge AEW by AEW that they got the common sense to do that.
So that's
you breaking up, friend.
You breaking up, brother. You gotta reboot. You looking like a robot.
Yeah.
I had to take these things off.
I don't know if it's that. I think maybe you need a reboot, sir. Yeah, he's frozen again.
He's frozen. Yep. I can hear you, but okay.
I'm gonna pop them out. Give me the thumbs up when you're ready. Let's talk about what else we missed this week. But first, we got a couple of comments that we gotta highlight here. Thank you all for joining us and showing us love in the live chat as always. We had
this long. Wow.
Yes. we got Annika who says this show definitely should have been in front of a different crowd. The crowd at AEW Dynamite 100% felt like a WWE crowd. I know they were in Bridgeport, Connecticut, but it
was very rough. Very rough. Maybe because it's Connecticut. I don't know. Maybe that's the home. I don't know what it was, but the town, the fans were. It was rough.
Yeah.
In fact, my brother was at that show.
Are you good now?
Is it any different?
Yes. I mean, you sound better.
Sound better.
Okay, here you go. You're getting clearer.
There you go. He's getting clearer. Yeah. He's getting clearer.
I see perfectly fine, so I don't know what I'm seeing on y'all ends.
Right. No, that's how it be for me sometimes. Like you guys see me like all choppy, and I can see you just fine. But that's just what it is. But my God, whoever put that syndrome, that is amazing.
That's 100%.
That is 100% The Incredibles. Wow.
Yeah.
I never even put two and two together.
I need to respond to this dude taking a minute to answer a question that I asked just to agree with me on. That was awesome. That was great. Because I just asked if it's going to be sensible to be champion versus champion and for unification, and you just took like 2 miles just to tell me, yes, it would be title versus title. Thanks.
Be title versus title. That's what I said. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if it sounded longer because you were going through the matrix.
There was no WWE comparison there. There was no WWE comparison there because WWE is doing champion versus champion.
No. WWE uses two different terms. They do champion versus champion, title versus title. Every other company that I've watched, they use that when it's for both titles. They don't use it specification for this is just a champion versus a champion, not for any titles, and this is title for the title. No, every other company does champion versus champion, title versus title. It's the same thing. It's for both championships. Shit. Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, I wasn't saying that you were. I wasn't saying you were comparing it to WWE, but you were thinking like WWE that it's two different things. It's not.
Well, listen, if you're talking about other companies, I don't know how they title shit. So yeah, probably.
All right. Well, we got AEW Rampage we missed last night. Sammy Guevara defeated Andrade El Idolo to retain the TNT Championship. Post-match, HFO jumped Sammy until Sting and Darby Allin made the save. We got an excellent promo from Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, during our contract signing with Thunder Rosa for AEW Revolution, ending with Hayter jumping Rosa until Mercedes Martinez made the save and put Jamie through the table. Orange Cassidy beat Anthony Bowens to advance to the Face of the Revolution ladder match. Miss Krssi Love, why did you say Sammy shouldn't have beat Andrade?
Because Andrade's reign has not really been good right now for him. Like this is, I mean, character-wise, but he's not. He has, what is his thing? He hasn't been winning his last few matches. It's not good. I mean, say what it is. I just think that, you know, Andrade's stock is not high. He needs some wins, friends. Like, he's on TV, which is great, but he needs some wins.
That's a fair criticism. We also had WWE SmackDown last night. We had the official contract signing for the biggest WrestleMania match of all time of WWE Champion Brock Lesnar versus Universal Champion Roman Reigns, with great promos all around, especially from Roman. Roman saying that he owns everything. That's my sign. That's my WrestleMania. You see that sign? That's my sign. You see this?
Show him a smirk. Son.
You see this? You see this cameraman? That's my cameraman. But Brock took out all of Roman's hired security to end the night. We also had Ronda Rousey was attacked by Sonya Deville and Charlotte Flair to set up Ronda versus Sonya next week. And Naomi proclaimed herself and Sasha Banks will be the next women's tag team champions as they reunite Team Bad. What did you think about that one, Miss Krssi Love, Sasha and Naomi teaming back up with each other?
Okay, so it took Naomi longer to get her headphones on than to, like, you know, Sasha's match, number one. Two, just rando, like, I thought she was like coming to like say, like, you know, I'm gonna fight you, we're gonna fight now. But no, you just randomly just put yourselves, like, they just, like WWE does, puts just random people together. Great. So hopefully it'll help Sasha win at WrestleMania, because she's like,
she's never won at WrestleMania on the main.
Yeah, 0-9. I don't know. I can't keep count. I'm sorry. It's like the Undertaker's thing, but it's just reversed. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully, you know, she can win, because Naomi has a good stock at winning at WrestleMania. But we don't know. It might be on a pre-show, which really doesn't count, because if you look on the Peacock, you want to watch the show. They don't show the pre-show. They show the show. So we might not even see it. I don't know.
Don't have to worry about all that.
0-6 for those of you wondering.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And
I was gonna do that. I counted in my head as she was talking. But
what I'm getting at is I mean, let's take it from Zelina and Carmelo. It's been over a long time ago. I'm sick of it. I don't know about you guys, but sick of it. Let Queen Zelina be Queen Zelina, if she can still be Queen Zelina, and that stock is now even running down low.
I didn't even know there was women's tag team titles until they mentioned it. So,
you know what, friend? Okay.
I'm just being honest. WWE NXT 2.0 this week. They did 612,000. You're
not gonna do this. You're not gonna keep disrespecting. You're not gonna keep doing this, okay?
Robert. Well, I'm just being honest.
You guys are not gonna do this, okay? You're not gonna do this.
What titles are we talking about?
The women's tag team titles.
Are you talking about the white and gold accessories?
Exactly. The white and gold earrings. Robert Roode made his NXT return on NXT 2.0 this week, helping Dolph Ziggler defeat Tommaso Ciampa to become the number one contender for the NXT Championship. Io Shirai and Kaylee Ray defeated Lash Legend and Amari Miller. Lash Legend and Amari Miller. And then Kaden Carter and Casey Catanzaro beat Ivy Nile and Tatum Paxley to both advance in the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. Something like that.
You're not going to say that they're earrings. They're not accessories, okay? Now, it's not their fault that they're treated like as such.
Hey, we just call it like we see it here.
Just calling it like they're booking it.
We just call it like we see it. Romeo?
No knock on the women. This is a knock on the company.
You're right. Okay, fine.
Romeo?
Who cares about the Women's Dusty Classic? Can we talk about Nikita Lyons' debut, please? Please.
She's a star. That's the
She's
first.
An asset.
That's an asset.
like
Yo,
that.
did she pancake a chick on her first day?
Yeah, she did.
Did she pancake a chick on her first
Oh
day?
yeah, because you don't want. Okay, so yeah, you don't watch.
She sat on her face. She's basically, her whole gimmick is she is the daughter of a rock star, and she has a musical background, but she's also trained in MMA and mixed martial arts. So yeah, she debuted in that she debuted in that outfit, and that outfit got everybody talking. Plus the picture of her pinning the girl and sitting on her face. This is the first star female that they have debuted in NXT 2.0, and I'm all for it.
And they got a girl with pajamas on. They got a girl, and she steals people's stuff. It's really bad, friend. It's really like.
It's like you don't know what you're watching. So you think you're watching Mad TV on some occasions.
Yo, great SP. That's
best.
You are on it today.
I did the Wrestle Talk review with Tempest this week, and he put it in the best terms possible. NXT 2.0 is a bad show with some good qualities. It has some good stuff sometimes. The match with Tommaso Ciampa and Dolph Ziggler, really good.
Really good, yes.
The whole bonding between Cora Jade and Raquel Gonzalez. Yes, it looked like MTV The Challenge, but that was cool. You actually felt something about them. Nikita Lyons
wake up in the morning.
Nikita Lyons' debut, that was good. There are good stuff on the show, but overall, it's a bad show. That's what it's all. CM is not a fan of Nikita Lyons. Nick Jackson says, I'm on my Dolph Ziggler shit, man. It should have been me. Annika saying not even a true split drop. Damn. Okay, yeah. All right. I hear you.
She came to fight.
She chose violence.
She chose violence. Yep.
They're hating on the cheeks.
Yep.
A lot of people are hating on. Yeah, they're not a fan of the assets, friend. They're not a fan of the outfit of choice.
Nah, that's real.
I'm just wondering, like, why, if that's real, why are you hating on that? That's a treasure. I wish I was getting pinned by her.
WWE Raw this week did 1.825 million viewers back on USA Network. Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens defeated RK Bro to make the Raw Tag Team titles.
You know what I mean? I position my head under that. I put my head there, just try to maneuver, move my neck and pinch my head in a little bit,
I got tears in my eyes right now, friends.
To make the Raw Tag Team titles match with Alpha Academy in 2 weeks, a three-way. Edge was back and challenged anyone in the locker room to a match at WrestleMania 38, teasing AJ Styles, Finn Balor, Damian Priest, and Cody Rhodes. The Miz announced Logan Paul as his tag team partner to face Rey and Dominic Mysterio at WrestleMania 38. And Paul Heyman announced Brock Lesnar would defend the WWE title at Madison Square Garden on March 5th. Miss Krssi Love, you seemed very upset about Logan Paul being the Miz's tag team partner.
Okay. We spoke about the Miz earlier in the show in reference to, like he's like the go-to person, either if it's like mixed tag or he has to be with the celebrity or he fights the celebrity. And now we see like Sami Zayn. So it couldn't have been, he couldn't go against Johnny Knoxville because that's on SmackDown and that's with Sami Zayn. So we get the Miz now in another match, another filler for our show, and we put him with a celebrity. What celebrity will we choose? I did not think it was going to be the Paul boy that came outside that just fought. He fought in a boxing match in a
Is that Jake Paul? Jake Paul is a boxer, right? And then Logan Paul is the dude that is the YouTube cat.
No, he does boxing too.
They're both brothers that are famous for no reason.
Wow, that's great. That's great.
You tell me if I'm wrong. I wait. People tell me if I'm wrong. They're famous for what?
I don't know these Paul dudes. I just heard one's getting boxing matches.
We paid
one fucked up Nate Robinson, didn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, that was Jake. That was Jake Paul.
That was Jake. Yes.
Okay, great. That's awesome.
And in his defense, Nate Robinson had no business being there. But
to be fair,
he put Nate
to sleep.
Again, friend, we're not going to talk about the past. That's just not. We're not talking about that right now. We're talking about right now. We're talking about what's happening. And yes, F the Paul. I feel the same way, Frantic. Where I agree with you on that. I did not think that we needed them for this show. We didn't need the Miz to be a filler again, as he usually is. And this is a person that's a 2-time Grand Slam champion. He's a filler now. His job is now to be on TV with his wife and be in filler matches. That's just what is.
That's not a filler match. That's a celebrity match. That's not filler. That's actually going to get some push going into WrestleMania.
I'm going to get a drink and probably smoke at that time when that
match is on the filler. But that means it's a bathroom
no, I'll be in Jamaica.
Match.
I hope I'll be in Jamaica.
There's a difference. But Krssi, I'm just trying to specify.
I can't.
Yes, everyone did.
Everyone in the world saw a Mrs. Filler match last year.
Oh, it was that match was amazing last year.
but that was the same thing. He's in a celebrity match. That's not a filler match. You can say you're not interested in the match and it's a bathroom break match for you, but you can't say it's a filler match. A filler match is like what AJ Styles got last year when he just got thrown together with Omos against the New Day. That's filler.
What I'm trying to say, friends, is that we call the Miz on for just these random things, and but we fire Cesaro. We let Cesaro go. That's what my main story of this is my main point of what I was trying to say, guys. Okay, thank you for not letting me finish my statement. However, I don't like the fucking Paul boys. Fuck them. Fuck all that shit, and fuck everything that you got to do with it. Fuck all of them. I don't care. Fuck it all. Okay. Fuck out of here. I do not like the Paul brothers. I don't want to see them, and they can get the fuck out of here. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you, and fuck you some more.
That's
all I got to say about that.
Somebody put some raw lemons in her Kool-Aid this morning.
Oh shit! I was like, damn. Annika said it best. Got you hot.
I don't give a shit about them either, but they ain't gonna make me mad.
I was so pissed watching Raw. As it's not fair that I have to still watch Raw and it gives me shit like this. But then you have this guy. You see, he was about to make me say the N-word. You have him come out and you make it seem like I'm like, who's gonna come out against the Mysterio boys? And then Rey Mysterio and Dominic will lose to these motherfuckers right here. Because Miz lost last year.
I'm okay with it. Logan Paul
should have that too. I mean, Miz lost last year.
If I had to choose one celebrity to win, I'd rather Logan Paul and the Miz beat the Mysterios than Johnny Knoxville beat Sami Zayn. So
you know what? You're absolutely right about that because
it's like
Sami Zayn is on a run.
The soul for a soul. You gotta sacrifice one for the other.
Okay, one white boy for another white boy. Great. 100%. Sure. Great.
Yes, that was from last night's SmackDown. Johnny Knoxville got a huge pop on SmackDown.
Yes,
so
he's still getting a pop, and this is going to definitely be all over their next movie. I for sure know that this is. He's like, give me everything. I want you to don't pull any stops. Give it all.
I think Johnny told him, give me another haluva kick after the first one whiffed. After the first one whiffed, he was like, give me another one. Impact. Go ahead, Romeo.
I have a meme.
Uh-oh.
Hey, let's make that a reality now, baby. What's her name again?
Nikita Lyons.
He'll watch NXT for this now. He'll watch
exactly.
For that. I'm gonna shoot that at her DMs.
Oh man. We got Krssi Love rant. We got CM saying claps for Krssi. We also got you, my boy Blue, being the hype man for Krssi, saying, and fuck Tessa Blanchard, it's Black History Month. Negro Buck said, "Oh my God, I think I've gone deaf." R.I.P. headphone user.
I'm so sorry. I'm gonna apologize to everyone in advance. I didn't think that was gonna happen, but they provoked me because I was trying to make a point.
Will Chisholm says that's almost better than your Tessa Blanchard rant. So.
Thank you. I really appreciate you, friends.
Paul brothers did to you. Are the Paul brothers racist or something? Like,
we also got Wendy saying, "Let's go, Krssi, preach, girl, preach." We also got CM who says the Pauls are racist as fuck, and one.
Thank you. See, why
am I not? I don't know these dudes.
You don't got to
That's
know them to see foolishness. You don't have to know them to see
You don't have
goddamn
to know
foolishness.
I would have to know about who they are to know if they're racist or not. I would have to know who
They're rich for
who
no
I'm
reason.
calling
They have
racist.
money. They come from. They're very privileged people. They didn't have. They don't need this.
None of that makes them racist. I have to see racist activity for them to be racist. Like, what are we talking about here?
Negro Buck also confirms nothing will ever top the Tessa.
Oh no, absolutely not.
That's in the True Hill Heat Hall of Fame.
We know Tessa Blanchard is confirmed racist. We know this. Like, this is confirmed. I just need something to let me know what I can now jump on that with, because I don't know these motherfuckers.
We also missed Impact Wrestling No Surrender 2022, and this was one of the most eventful Impact Plus specials they've ever done. Eddie Edwards shocked Impact fans by turning on the company and aligning with Honor No More to help them win to stay in Impact Wrestling, defeating Team Impact and turning his back on his brothers. Switchblade Jay
fire shot.
Switchblade Jay White also made a shocking betrayal by laying out Tama Tonga with the Blade Runner to help the Good Brothers defeat the GOD, the Gorillas of Destiny, to retain the Impact World Tag Team titles. Moose beat W. Morrissey to retain the Impact World title. You also had Mickie James defeat Tasha Steelz to retain the Impact Knockouts World Championship. After an assist from Chelsea Green, Top Guy JJ, I know you watched this show. What stood out the most for you?
Oh man, just a lot of Jay White, Jay White in this show, which is obviously a plus for the brand.
Yeah.
But honestly, they didn't really have a bad match. That's one of the really things that I loved about this show, is that none of the matches were really bad. But
take notes, WWE.
I knew something was gonna happen between the Impact and Honor No More. I just had no idea it was gonna be Eddie Edwards that turned on his fucking company. Like, I had no idea that twist was coming. The Tasha Steelz and Mickie James match was really good. Like, I really enjoyed that match. I had no idea this Jake something dude was even somebody important. I had no idea. But yeah, the like, just betrayals all over the place, man. My fucking GOD brothers, man, getting backstabbed by that some bitch Jay White. I'm just saying, man, like, what we doing here, yo? Like, I love you, Jay White, but how you gonna do that to my boys?
Yeah. I was really sad about that. Yeah, but I was shocked on that.
It was actually a really good show. I actually watched this before I watched the Elimination Chamber. Thank God.
Because, good for you, friend. Oh my God! Wow.
I was actually more interested in that card, and then I just had the letdown of watching 2 hours. And at least the pay-per-views were only 2 hours and 45 minutes. That was a plus.
Yeah,
that was a plus. So none of them exceeded 4 hours.
They're very.
It was a solid show. Like, it was a solid show.
Yeah, I would.
They only had like 12 people there, but it was really good though.
Like, I would even go above solid and be like, that show was very good. Like,
I would. Like I said earlier, I thought your criticism was too hard on Elimination Chamber, but I 100% think No Surrender was the better show last Saturday.
Of the whole day?
Of those two shows of that day, yeah, No Surrender was the better of the two shows, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
I guess I just don't have a grading system of what I'm expecting. I just watch the TV, and if I see good shit, I see good shit. If I see average shit, I see average shit.
I think that's what it is nowadays. To be honest, you really can't say yes. This is this one, because
like,
you can't.
Like, Elimination Chamber was like a 4, and I'll give No Surrender like a 7.5. Like, that's like double the grade.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
Yeah. I agree with that on all of it. For sure.
We also had Impact on AXS TV following up from No Surrender with Eddie Edwards with a great explanation for his actions at No Surrender. He said it dates back to Impact's decision to never give him a title shot at Kenny Omega when he stole the Impact World title, despite him being the only guy who got a pinfall victory in a 6-man tag over Omega and the Good Brothers. He said that Impact never believed in him enough to give him a shot. Moose failed, Sami Callihan failed, and he was never even given the chance to fail. He then walked out on his own wife, Alicia Edwards, after she tried to talk some sense into him. You also had Matt Cardona beat Jordan Grace in a no disqualification match to retain the Digital Media Championship. We also finally missed New Japan Pro Wrestling Golden Series final on night 1. Sanada defeated Hiroshi Tanahashi to win the IWGP United States Heavyweight Championship, as you predicted by me. Thank you. Yes. And Team 69.
Wait, Sonata won, right?
Sonata won. Yeah.
Boom. Yeah, I saw that. I was like, yeah, son. But I apologize. That Jordan Grace and Matt Cardona match was fun.
It was. It was
fun.
That was a nice way to kick off the
golden goose, man. He's the golden goose right now.
No,
like
it's just that the fact that they had these season 1,
the digital media stuff. I like that they did that.
One of the very few chicks that can take hits without being held back, and obviously Matt told her, "Yo, just swing, just
don't hold anything back. Yeah, don't hold anything back."
He's like Johnny Knoxville.
So much better. It makes it so much better. It was so good to see that.
You also had Team 69, Risuke Taguchi and Master Wato won a 4-way for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team titles. And on night 2, Okada defeated Naito to retain the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. As we head into New Japan Cup and the anniversary show, we got a super chat donation here from Chase Oliver. Thank you so much, brother. We got a shout out Chase and all the Around the Point crew, Heel Steven, Walter, Big Mike, for filling in for Romeo and Drunk Guy JJ on Rated Raw Superstars this week. We greatly appreciate them showing up, showing love to the True Hill Heat YouTube channel and holding it down. He says, Impact has ruined my trust as a viewer over the years, but I appreciate y'all as you give me what to watch and not to watch for Impact. That's what we're here for.
I mean, usually the best stuff for Impact is usually the pay-per-view and the show after, because you obviously get the aftermath of what happened or what transpired, and then you take a week or two off, and then get yourself back into it.
We also had Annika says, I was outside for a minute, so I had to rewind. Oh my gosh, Krssi.
Yo, but you see, I think I saw a comment or two about Googling something. I don't Google people that I don't give a shit about. So if you give me a statement about it, then I saw the statement about it. And so obviously, if that's true, all the sentiments that Krssi said over here is 100% factual, and they need to be repeated if that's the case for these dudes.
Fuck the Paul, brother.
Yo, I mean, listen, man. If any of that is true of what was said, then absolutely they could go fuck themselves.
Oh, man.
I ain't Googling people I don't give a fuck about, so that ain't happening. I ain't wasting my time.
We got the best producer in all of wrestling podcasts.
We do. We really do.
Then we got to go through our news rundown. We got to talk about
it. Makes doing SmackDown so fun because
visor cap, yo. He gave you the visor cap.
He damn sure did though. Like
that's Mayweather's visor cap. WWE news. Vince McMahon is apparently set to make an in-ring return at WrestleMania 38, ladies and gentlemen. This was first reported.
This part is becoming more and more like.
This was first reported by Brad Shepard and Ringside News, so take this with a whole bunch of salt. But then it was later reported by Post Wrestling that reports that Pat McAfee will be in an upcoming feud with Vince McMahon, with sources noting that it is likely an in-ring program. Per multiple sources, it will most likely be billed as an official match on the WrestleMania 38 card. Whether it actually plays out as a match might be a different story, but is expected to be advertised as such. WWE announced during SmackDown last night that McMahon will be a guest on the Pat McAfee show this coming Thursday, so expect some angle to go down to set this whole thing up. Miss Krssi Love, Vince McMahon versus Pat McAfee. Interest you?
I like Pat McAfee, so I have to see where this goes. And he's one of the best things on SmackDown. Did you see him and him dancing with Naomi? Amazing.
He was the MVP of the show for me. Him dancing to Naomi, him saying, "Oh, that's not a homeless man who found a nice suit, ladies and gentlemen. That's your Intercontinental Champion." I started busting out laughing. And then the best line of the night was the save he made when the fans were chanting Hershey chocolate, the Hershey, Pennsylvania crowd. And he says, "Oh my God, the crowd really loves Xia Li. They're chanting Zaya's got it." was like, this guy is amazing. He's amazing.
They better never fire him. He's the best thing with he is the best thing, man. He is amazing. He is so funny. So funny.
Absolutely. Top guy JJ, what do you think about Pat McAfee versus Vince McMahon?
I just hope that McMahon can handle whatever.
That means Austin Theory is going to come out some kind of way.
Yeah. If he, that would be pretty.
Now
cool.
I'm thinking. Now my spidey senses are thinking, and it's like,
It's probably going to be Pat McAfee versus Austin.
Our boy.
That's what I'm saying.
Our boy Vinny Mac getting old as dirt. I'm just saying.
Not getting. He is old as dirt, friend. No, he's
not
at his dad's age where he took over the company.
80,
Hello.
When he 80, I'll call him old as dirt. He's still in his 70s.
friend.
I'm just saying.
Pat McAfee is a national treasure. Yeah, he's invited to the cookout. He can come. He's one of my black friends that can come to the cookout.
So, Romeo.
I had to look it up. What's Pat McAfee's audience? Because I know he has a big following, big audience. On YouTube, he has 1.6 million subscribers.
Wow. He got paid $4 million a year from Sirius
for his show, because I watch that show quite a bit. He usually has anywhere between 15 to 35 people watching 15 to 35,000 people watching his show.
I'm about to say 15 to 30.
15 to 30.
I was like, we doing better than him.
Right.
35,000.
At least me and SP was on the same page. Like,
let's add the 1,000 in there. It's 15 to 35,000.
That's regular for us.
And when he usually gets a special guest on there, like he usually gets good football players on there, then it'll go up to like 45 to 50.
Okay, so I have to start watching Pat McAfee.
Also, I have breaking news.
Oh, okay.
I'm reading this from WrestlingInc.com. Tammy Sitch, formerly known as Sunny, has been arrested again.
Oh, come on. Get out. All right. Thanks.
So who cares?
For what? For what this time? Last time she tried to stab someone with scissors.
It says several offenses.
For giving somebody a blowjob on the street. Like what
right,
what
yeah.
What are we talking about?
It would not surprise me, but we gotta do what might be a weekly thing for a little bit, which is the Cody update. We're gonna need Romeo to make graphics. It's time for the Cody update, according to
give us music or something, because we gotta do something for this.
Don't worry. I think I got this. It's time for the Cody update. The Cody update. No, it's not working. Nope. Oh, there it is. The Cody update.
You gotta let it rock for a minute. Like, you gotta let it rock for a couple of seconds now, guys. Come on.
According
the only thing worse than that, if you would have played that, was playing a real American behind that. Because he's a hero. He's our hero. He's our national treasure.
He's Homeland.
It's time for the Cody update. Oh, we gotta play rap music because it's Cody. It's Black History Month. The Cody update.
You know what, guys?
According to Fightful Select, all right, we can stop that. According to Fightful Select, the latest on Cody Rhodes is that things have been eerily quiet over the past week. Those in WWE are very eerily. Those in WWE are very specific to say that if Cody comes in or if Cody pops up, and Fightful haven't learned of anyone speaking of plans to creatively for him as of yet. That doesn't mean there aren't any, but we haven't heard of them. Wrestlers in WWE still believe he's coming in, but have not been given any indication from an official standpoint that it is going to happen. In All Elite Wrestling, those that Fightful spoke to last week and this week stated that things were business as usual, and the subject wasn't discussed nearly as much over a quiet week. One source indicated that they believe Tony Khan and Cody Rhodes are still on friendly terms and don't expect any unsavory comments or reflections to be put forth by either man. Sources in AEW that Fightful spoke to said the particulars are being kept very private. When Fightful reached out to Cody Rhodes last week, the only comment they received was that he's a stay-at-home dad now. Those close to him insisted that he was in Orlando to visit friends for a birthday dinner, as opposed to the rumors of him heading to the Performance Center. So it seems like there's no word now, but everybody is basically on the lookout for when Cody will pop up. And that has been the Cody Report.
No music, friends? Okay, great. Thanks.
Fightful has gained confirmation on a major WWE signing. Dave Meltzer mentioned last month that AJ Styles re-signed with WWE. Fightful Select was able to confirm with numerous sources, WWE sources, this week that the deal was made and some of the details that went into it. Fightful weren't given a time length besides the fact that it's a multi-year deal. His original contract was set to expire in the spring or summer this year and would have hit him free agency for the first time since leaving New Japan Pro Wrestling. Fightful was told that, as in the case with some of the other big names in WWE, they wanted Styles' deal extended before he could hit free agency, and Styles is said to be very happy in the company, and as mentioned numerous times, he would like to work for WWE after his career is over. Those that Fightful spoke to said that the deal was a big one, with Styles landing well over $3 million a year, and when all said and done, and those that confirmed the deal to Fightful said that he deserved every penny and would easily make that back for the company. According to Wrestling Observer newsletter, Styles' deal puts him up there with the top stars in the company. He would be behind Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, Ronda Rousey, and Randy Orton, so around the same level as Edge, Goldberg, The Miz, and Kevin Owens. It was also noted that Styles is making above what Owens recently re-signed for, and Rollins will likely hit that level with his next deal. Krssi Love, what do you think about AJ signing up this new deal with WWE?
Another man that needs to. They're doing money over wrestling. It's money over everything. They have a lifestyle to protect and upkeep. So, pay me the money, friends. Like it's New Jack City, you know what I'm saying? Like that's just what it is. Like now, I mean, AJ, you show up when you want to. Like, sure, I'll wrestle some of these guys, put them over. I'll beat them, whatever. Pay me. Fuck you, pay me. That's all. I think that's just what it is now. We're at an age now where we have families. We've got mortgages, bank accounts. Kids are going to school. Colleges is expensive, as you can see. They won't take away our loans and shit. So give me all the money that you can, so I can keep it in my bank account and be nice and happy. So I cannot be mad at these gentlemen for doing these things. Stay in a shitty company and give me the money. Great.
Give me the moolah. Give me all the money.
Understands that, then you're a flaming idiot.
Yep.
Like AJ
That's just
Styles
what it is.
44 years old. If
he doesn't need to do anything else.
$9 million in 3 years, you're not taking that. You're not refusing that.
I will take it. I want it for myself.
I don't give a shit if a company hands me 17 world titles. You're not giving me $9 million in 3 years at the age of 44 years old.
Nope.
Very true. WWE announced this week that Ronda Rousey versus Charlotte Flair for the SmackDown Women's Championship will headline WrestleMania Saturday, while WWE Champion Brock Lesnar versus Universal Champion Roman Reigns in the winner-takes-all title unification match will headline WrestleMania Sunday. During Monday's edition of Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer shared an update on how WWE plans to continue having crossover angles between the main roster, typically Monday Night Raw, and WWE NXT 2.0. Talking about Dolph Ziggler showing up on the show and how the Dirty Dogs are going to be on NXT 2.0 next week. According to Meltzer, WWE's strategy since revamping NXT as NXT 2.0 was to have more angles involving NXT talent on Raw. The Grayson Waller versus AJ Styles angle served as the first major crossover angle since the revamp, but WWE wants to reportedly continue having at least one ongoing NXT angle on Raw at all times on NXT. Top Guy JJ, which Raw talent you want to see have a storyline on NXT?
I gotta remember who's on Raw.
Is it only going to be Raw people? Like we can't have SmackDown too?
Apparently they want to just focus on Raw.
Okay, great. Never mind.
Because they're both on USA.
There goes my pick. Oh, got it now. That makes sense. Okay, got it.
I don't want to see the Miz on there. Don't want to see Damian Priest on there.
Definitely don't want to see Damian Priest on there.
I suggested on the NXT podcast on Wrestle Talk podcast YouTube channel Hurt Business, Shelton Benjamin and Cedric
Ooh.
Alexander, because they're not doing anything with them on Raw.
They keep
The
putting them against,
Shelton Benjamin's been in the company for over 15 years. This is a guy that has plenty of experience for the young guys. I would love to see Shelton.
The guys how to wrestle. Come on.
I would love to see Shelton against Braun Breaker. I would love to see Shelton versus Carmelo Hayes. I would love to see the Hurt Business versus Creed brothers. There's a lot for them to do there.
But would this help or hurt them? Because they obviously I'm curious because they would lose every single match they go to if they went over there.
No, they wouldn't. What they've been doing none of those
guys you just named.
What they've been doing with them is actually heating them up before they take the pinfall loss to whoever. They were AJ Styles and Grayson Waller. That was just to put some heat on Grayson Waller. He was never going to beat AJ Styles. But with the other guys, with Dolph Ziggler, he's beating Tommaso Ciampa. Next week, he's in a tag team match. He might get the victory there. So they're heating him up before he gets his eventual match where he's going to lose to Braun Breaker. So Hurt Business going to NXT, getting heated up before they lose to the Creed brothers is a lot better than them getting beat 2-on-1 on Monday Night Raw.
Against who they keep feuding with on Raw's I can't even remember.
Bobby Lashley.
Maybe I was the wrong guy to ask that question because I don't watch any of these three shows.
Well, there you go.
I have to remember who the hell was on Raw.
Romeo?
I want to see my boy Cameron Grimes get some shine on Raw. Give me Cameron Grimes and The Miz.
That would work. Their characters work very well with each other.
Okay, The Miz cannot be with a celebrity and he can do that. I would prefer that.
There you go. And then final WWE news.
Drake, be like, who are the promos would have been bananas.
Drake Maverick is reportedly back with WWE backstage as part of the company's creative team. PW Insider reports that Maverick is working on the Raw creative team and started 3 to 4 weeks ago. Maverick, whose real name is James Curtin, was an on-screen talent for WWE from 2017 through his release in 2021, with a brief time away when he was released in 2020, and then released an emotional video that got him re-signed by the company. This man is Barney at Moe's bar. Every time Moe kicks them out, Barney winds up right behind them. That's Drake Maverick. Every time WWE fires him, his ass winds up back. Top guy JJ, any thoughts?
So can we not hear about this anymore for when he gets fired for the 19th time? Because clearly he just doesn't know how to stay the fuck away. Yeah. Like he just don't know how to stay away. He just don't know how to not work at that company when there's like 27 other wrestling promotions that he could be doing something major for. He wants to keep stepping into the fire. When you get burned, do not cry on social media, please. Thank you.
That's fair. Let's go to AEW news. AEW president Tony Khan has teased a huge announcement in the works for the company. It was confirmed on AEW Rampage. This announcement will go down next week on AEW Dynamite. He said on Busted Open Radio, I'm going to tell everyone right now, you definitely don't want to miss Wednesday Night Dynamite next week. I've been talking all about a big announcement in the world of professional wrestling. Not only is there going to be a lot of great wrestling on the show, the Casino Tag Team Battle Royale, 15 tag teams entering the ring. I'm going to add a lot more to that card, but I'm going to promise you guys right now, I have a huge announcement coming. Nobody knows what it is. It's going to be something very important in the wrestling business. It's not one particular piece of talent. It's something very special, and I'm excited about it. And I believe it's something we'll be in position to announce on Wednesday, so I'm pretty excited about that. Man, this guy is really good at promoting. That's all I gotta say. Dixie Carter, after like the fourth or fifth time Dixie Carter did this, people stopped listening. Every time Tony does this, people listen. You gotta give him credit.
Cody's coming back.
I hope it's not that.
I'm fucking around. I hope not either.
AEW announced that it will be hitting Las Vegas for 3 shows over Memorial Day weekend, including Double or Nothing 2022. The pay-per-view
weekend. That would be a good weekend to go there. Yep.
The pay-per-view happens on May 29th at the T-Mobile Center, T-Mobile Arena, so a bigger arena, about 14,000, than about like 4,000 more than the previous place they did Double or Nothing in Las Vegas. Before that, there will be a live episodes of Dynamite on May 25th and Rampage on May 27th from Michelot Ultra Arena. So it's going to be a big week for AEW, and they got to follow up for what they did last year, as Wrestling Observer newsletter reports that last year's AEW All Out pay-per-view was a big success for the company, getting 205,000 pay-per-view buys, which beats the company's previous highest number by 41%. The show also pulled in a total revenue of $10 million, the most for a non-WWE event since 1999. And Khan said last September, he called it the most watched pay-per-view in the company's history. Do you think Revolution or Double or Nothing may get close to this number here, Top Guy JJ?
That's going to be hard. That's going to be hard, but it's definitely possible because 2021 was an incredible year for AEW. It's kind of, if you go into bigger venues, you go into bigger arenas, those are definitely possible for the buys. Because obviously bigger show, bigger audience, more people wants to put eyeballs on it because Grand Slam was a huge thing for them.
Yeah.
And, that was major and it was a bigger building. So more eyeballs was on it just on TV and in person. So they get into bigger venues. This can definitely be possible. Definitely possible.
I feel you. A couple of people trying to predict the Tony Khan huge announcement. Annika says, yes, streaming service. Still haven't seen an AEW pay-per-view yet. We also got Frantic World saying, I hope it's AEW on HBO Max and the ROH tape library.
Yo, that would be what?
Streaming service, I would be so hyped for that, because to go back and be able to just watch All Out, and hopefully they can buy the rights to get All In.
Yes. Yes. You need that.
Oh,
you
man.
have to.
We need that in our life, man. That'd be awesome.
I would say the things that kind of fit the bill for how he's hyping this announcement is a streaming service deal, or I think a multi-promotion super show with like New Japan or Impact Wrestling. Let us know in the live chat, or if you're watching on demand in the comments down below, what you think Tony Khan's announcement will be.
What you think it's going to be?
Like I just said.
A streaming service. So you think it's going to be a
streaming service? I think it's either a streaming service or a multi-promotional super show with New Japan, Impact Wrestling, and probably more. So I think it's one or the other. Those are the two things that fit the bill.
Fire. Streaming service would be fire.
Romeo.
A streaming service is great, but if that's the announcement, that would be kind of a letdown, like compared to how he's hyping it up.
No, it wouldn't. No, it would allow multiple people who already have HBO Max. That, especially if it's HBO Max, like that, you're bugging. That's a huge announcement. You're downplaying. You're actually downplaying it, Romeo.
If I could just go back and just randomly whip up Cody Rhodes and Dustin Rhodes from Double or Nothing just because I want to see it again, what?
Yeah,
because you can't do that right now. You can only see it on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
no, not even that. Maybe,
and it's a much lower quality too because somebody burnt it.
Exactly. New Japan Pro Wrestling news. They had Gabriel Kidd announced this week that he's taking time off from wrestling. We talked last week about his comments on different interviews about calling people out, but apparently New Japan Pro Wrestling has confirmed that Kidd is taking a leave of absence from the company, citing health reasons. They released a statement saying Gabriel Kidd will be returning to the UK and taking a leave of absence from competition for health reasons. New Japan Pro Wrestling fully supports him in his recovery and joins fans in wishing Kidd the very best in his continued health. Shouts out to Gabriel Kidd. Hope he's doing well and hope that he gets better. And New Japan is preparing for one of their biggest tournaments of the year, the New Japan Cup, and it's bigger than ever. It's going to be 48 competitors in this year's New Japan Cup starting on March 2nd. It's going to be 32 wrestlers in first round matchups. The remaining 16 get first round buys, and the finals happen on March 27th. So with 48 competitors, that means we're going to get 47 matches in this tournament. The first round matches will be Kazuchika Okada versus El Desperado, Toriano versus Taichi, Nagata versus Goto, Shima versus Taka, Tanahashi versus Yo, Naito versus Yujiro, Makabe versus Cobb, Honma versus Yoshihashi, Ibushi versus Great Okan, Ottawa versus Zack Sabre Jr., Nakashima versus Hanare, Bushi versus Will Ospreay, Ishii versus Shingo Takagi in the first fucking round. Chase Owens versus Jado, Taguchi versus Evil, and Hiromu Takahashi versus Sho. That's very appropriate for New Japan. Minoru Suzuki, Tama Tonga, Tiger Mask, Tonga Loa, El Phantasmo, Sanada, Dookie, Ishimori, Fujima, Kojima, Gato, Bad Luck Fale, Kanemaru, Dick Togo, Tenzan, and Master Wado all get first round buys.
That is a lot
to remember all of that.
Right. That is a lot.
I dare you to try to remember that.
Don't worry, for our Patreon backers, me and Jay News will break down the tournament and give you our New Japan Cup 2022 preview this week on our Patreon. Impact Wrestling news, both Brian Myers and Cody Deaner confirmed they have signed new deals with the company. And in the rest of the news, NWA has released their official brackets for the 2022 Crockett Cup. Definitely right, MCATs. What does New Japan Pro Wrestling think they are? March Madness. There's a lot of tournaments going on. You see the Crockett Cup, the tag team tournament, that's going to kick off very soon. It culminates at the big event on March 19th and 20th, where they decide who is the Crockett Cup winner and the person who will get a shot at the tag team titles. The Wrestling Observer newsletter reports that the World on JCW at Hammerstein Ballroom was not a success on traditional pay-per-view. Based on figures that cover 23% of TV pay-per-view homes, it is estimated the show only had a few hundred buys across the United States. However, the show reportedly did well on Fight TV for a company of its size, and the former John Morrison is set to appear at JCW for the World on Lucha over WrestleMania weekend, and he is now going to be known as Jadi Cabrero, and he will be part of the show on April 1st.
Johnny fill in the blank.
Just play Johnny. Like, we don't need anything else. Just as Johnny.
Johnny Game Changer. GM Punk. Go ahead.
If you haven't started watching, people, this is actually a pretty good time to start watching Impact Wrestling. Like, Impact is really, really picking up steam. Just saying, because they doing a damn thing right now. It's a good time to at least get yourself, reintroduced to it.
CM Punk was announced as the final member of the first class of the ROH Hall of Fame, joining Brian Myers, Samoa Joe, and the Briscoes. You also had Jonathan Gresham with a bunch of news this week. He had an interview where he discussed with Metro, where he discussed his future with ROH. He says, "I have to wait until April to find out what Ring of Honor is going to do going forward. Are we going to be contracted to salaries again, or is it going to be paid per appearance? I have a loyalty to Ring of Honor because it changed my life. I was going in a very bad direction for so many years, and me having tunnel vision on Ring of Honor helped save my life. I don't know where I would be if it wasn't for Ring of Honor. So if I couldn't do that for me, I can only imagine that Ring of Honor can do that for others around the world, and also give the boys another place to make a living. So I definitely want to wait to see what Ring of Honor does, but at the end of the day, I have to be honest and have to move on if they're not going to be willing to contract talent." And coming off of that, Gresham was backstage at AEW Dynamite in Bridgeport, Connecticut this week, but didn't appear on the show. Speaking of Gresham, he had his Terminus 2 event this week. He defeated Santana to retain the original ROH World Championship. You also had Swerve the Realist beat Davey Richards on the show. And speaking of Davey Richards, MLW Super Fight is this weekend. Tonight, in fact, you're going to see for the World Championship, Alexander Hammerstone going one-on-one with Davey Richards. I had a great interview with Alexander Hammerstone, which you could check out on the Believe in Pro Wrestling YouTube channel. We discussed this match as well as Richard Holiday turning on him. But the Super Fight card also has Jacob Fatu versus Max Cougar in a Stairway to Hell match. Killer Cross will be making his return to MLW. The Von Erichs will verse Ricky and Kerry Morton, and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat enters MLW. So a lot of great things on the Super Fight card. And last night, GCW had their End of Heartbreak event with X-Pac and Joey Janela defeating the major players, Matt Cardona and Brian Myers, in the main event. It sounded like X-Pac was about to retire after the match until Joey Janela betrayed him and hit the Hall of Famer with the super kick, thus setting up Joey Janela versus X-Pac at Joey Janela's Spring Break during WrestleMania 38 weekend. And that's also going to have my boy AJ Gray coming out to Waka Flocka, the best theme song in the business. He's going to cash in his brass wing ladder match win that we saw live at Hammerstein Ballroom. And he's going to go one-on-one with Jon Moxley for the GCW World Championship at Spring Break. So a lot of big matches for that show. And yes, M-Cats, he's a bad boy. Absolutely. Yes, and we're going to close things off here. We talked about a new free agent entering this amazing free agent pool. You know, me and Krssi Love a few weeks back, we versed the Carissa and Cassidy Haynes from bodyslam.net, and we did a whole fantasy draft of free agents.
Yes, we did.
But some people have been signed, some people have gone back to WWE, and we have a new free agent in Cesaro. So we want to know where everybody sees him in the top 5 current free agents in professional wrestling. To help them out, since I only told them about this at the beginning of the show, I will start things off in no particular order. This is the people that I think of. Shane Swerve Strickland.
Yay or nay? Yay or nay? Yay or nay?
I love that. That's what I put.
I don't know what that is. That looks like a.
He didn't look in the group chat yet.
If you
He didn't
read
look
your
in the group
chat, sir, this is a trophy that Krssi
I'm
Love is trying
the
to get
one
you.
busy here. I'm running through the show. But
you don't give a shit how busy you are.
Top 5 free agents in wrestling currently. I got Shane Swerve Strickland for sure. He's in my top 5.
He's in mine.
Johnny Gargano is definitely in my top 5. Cesaro has to be in my top 5. Then it becomes a little bit difficult. I gotta get a female in there, and if I'm looking at the female landscape, it's gonna be one or the other, and I'm gonna go with the younger one. I'm gonna go with Toni Storm. Toni Storm would be in my top 5. I really want to pick Athena, but I'm sorry. We read the update. We read the report. He's a stay-at-home dad, but he's also a free agent. Cody Rhodes has to be in your top 5 free agents right now. So that is my top 5 right now. Cody Rhodes, Toni Storm, Cesaro, Johnny Gargano, and Shane Swerve Strickland are my top 5 current free agents in professional wrestling. If you're watching us live in the live chat, let us know your top 5. If you're watching us on demand, let us know in the comments down below your top 5 currently free agents in wrestling. I see MCAS saying Swerve is headed to AEW. Right now, he's a free agent.
He's not. Yeah, but I'm about to say he's a free agent. Yeah.
He counts. Miss Krssi Love, let's go to you first, ladies first. Who's your top 5 free agents?
So I got 3 of the people that you just named: Gargano, Swerve, and of course Cesaro. My 4th would be Athena, of course, and then I'm gonna go with Samoa Joe.
That's a good one. I'm kind of mad at myself. I'm an old school Samoa Joe fan, so I should have put him in my top 5. But I respect you for that. Respect you for that. Top guy, JJ.
Yeah, I think you have to go. Cody number 1.
I've replaced Cody with Joe, but you know he's a given. He's going.
We know where he's going, but they're not there yet.
Right. So, there you go. I'm
going to go Cody Rhodes. I'm going to go Cesaro at number 2. I like the Toni Storm one. Toni Storm would be number 4 to me, which means I got to put somebody in 3. Duh. That would be Swerve. I like Swerve. And number 5. Who is that free agent woman? I'm fucking up her name right now. She was in NXT. She's a free agent. She's a free agent in WWE. I'm not gonna remember her name right now.
What is she doing in WWE?
Right. What did she do? Was she with someone?
She got her backstabbed by Dakota Kai.
Oh, Tegan Knox.
That girl. Yeah, I like her.
That's
Tegan Knox would be number 5 for me.
That's not bad. I didn't think of that
Not
one.
bad.
Romeo, anything to add?
What's your five,
Cesaro,
friend?
Cesaro, Cody, Gargano, Strickland, and Bray Wyatt.
Bray Wyatt.
Ooh,
How did we forget
that?
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
about Bray Wyatt because I don't even know if he want to wrestle at this point.
He's like off the reserve
He's
right
off
now.
the grid.
He's off the grid. Seriously.
Why did we forget him? Oh my god.
I forgot him because he ain't right now.
He's not really
now,
even caring about it right now. It's like, and that's the sad part.
26, 2022. He's not relevant.
Unfortunately, right now you're
That's
actually
the
right.
sad part. He's probably like, I don't even care about this right now.
Frantic World also noting us that Hit Row is now being known as Hit Makers. Tahuti Miles, Brianna Brandy, and AJ Francis are now the Hit Makers, and they're going to be at GCW for the culture during WrestleMania weekend. That should be a really good show.
Didn't Wyatt have another? He just have another kid with JoJo?
Yeah.
I'm not too sure.
No, not recently. I think the baby's about to turn 1.
Yeah.
So it's super recent.
That
she's
ROH
on baby number 2 for him. Yes.
Nick Jackson says that ROH Hall of Fame class is stacked. You are not lying at all. We also got MCATs who says John Hennigan, Johnny Impact, Johnny Superstar, Johnny Caballero. Dude, make up your mind. I agree. Maybe he should just have one name. Nate Milton, brother Nate.
You got Johnny
Brother
Nitro.
Nate. Brother Nate joining us saying AEW on HBO Max would be a win-win for both sides. Don't they already have Roads to the Tops on there? Cody Devontae Rhodes still blessing AEW on the way out the door.
Who's what?
Oh shit, that's another one we forgot. MCAT's good point there. Isn't Jonathan Gresham a free agent? I'm sorry, I said only three. I'm sorry. I was gonna choose SP3's list, Athena and Samoa Joe. Those are good ones. Yeah. MCAT saying Talia Valkyrie, another really great one. Absolutely.
On that one.
Will Chisholm's right. As a black man, I gotta pick the man who saved racism. Of course, gotta do it. Nate saying, did anyone say Ember yet? Ain't she still out here on these reagent streets?
I did.
Krssi did.
Yeah, she ain't even gonna make my top 10. Sorry.
Wow.
Damn.
Whoa.
You've been coming with the hot
I still haven't mentioned Johnny Gargano, Samoa Joe, Val. I haven't mentioned like 3-4 people yet. I don't even think he would crack. She wouldn't even crack top 10. Sorry.
And then MCAS saying, why hasn't AEW snatched up all these female free agents? They only have 20 signed women. They need depth. I agree.
Well, they do need depth, but the whole thing is like they're not doing anything with the women unless it's like on a dark. The dark is AEW dark, and then we're getting two. If we're even getting 2 matches a show.
Yeah.
No, we get one match.
I don't agree with that.
Well, I mean,
we
got one match a show.
They need to make the women that they have stars before branching.
Right, before they get more people. And I agree with that on everything. Absolutely.
Frantic World with another good one. I didn't think of the Briscoes. The Briscoes have been
Are the Briscoes real life free agents?
Yeah, they're free agents. They are not signed anywhere, so they're free agents. I'm moving
Tegan up to the Briscoes.
You literally will make a top 5, and then you'll hear somebody, and you'll be like, "Damn, I fucked up." Like, so that's
I fucked up. I fucked up with the Briscoes. What? The Briscoes?
It's just how it is, ladies and gentlemen. But that is all for this edition of True Heel Heat. I want to thank Miss Krssi Love and Top Guy JJ as always for being amazing co-host. Miss Krssi Love, let the people know where they can find you on social media and anything you got going on.
On Twitter is True Hill Miss Krssi Love. On IG and on Facebook is Krssi Love 1. _1 or just Krssi Love 1. Other than that, you find me every Saturday with my good brothers here on True Hill Heat at 11:05. You catch me on Fridays for our SmackDown review with Romeo and Josh, but we have to just sit through 2 hours of
on the Daily Slam YouTube channel.
On the Daily Slam YouTube channel, as we sit through 2 hours of watching foolishness, which may have a good ending and a good beginning, But other than that, I have fun with them. We make jokes. It's great.
We're on the
there's a
road
thing-
to can SmackDown get a thumbs up.
And right now they're not there. There's no thumbs up so far. So I don't see it coming in the near future. But hey, whatever. We have fun doing it. It makes it bearable. Other than that, I am also with on the Daily Slam channel coming up soon. With Steve, we're going to be doing Wrestling Disasters. So that's going to be fun. And yeah, catch me on a roundtable or a watch along. I'll probably be on the AEW watch along with you guys. Is that next week? Next week, next Sunday. So
absolutely. Top Guy JJ, where can the people find you?
Right there on Instagram, you can find me at TrueHill_Top Guy JJ. I'm not giving you my Facebook name. I mean, if you know it, obviously we're friends. I don't have many friends in 2022, except these guys and a few others. I do, but I'm very selective in 2022. I ain't getting no younger, bro. I ain't getting no younger.
Okay. Your friendship is a luxury, as one would say.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, if you put it that way, great. Yeah, there you go. On the YouTube channel, you can find me with these guys here. It's great to be back here on the Anchor podcast on Saturdays.
The three of us.
Yeah, the OG trio. You know, this is how we usually do it. I probably won't be on next week because I've taken 2 sabbaticals already. Now I'm back to work. So I obviously will be in chat to see when I'll be back on there. But yeah, if you guys are doing a watch along on Sunday, I would probably join you guys for that for sure. Roundtables, random shit. I popped in for the 3 count for the first time with SP.
You did.
Yeah.
For the first time. That show's been alive for about 4.5 years and finally got on there for the first time. But yeah, it's good times. Good times with the peoples, and yeah, I get to take this tape off the door now. Let them run in here now.
Let the kids run free.
Because as soon as we do that, we got all the toys, all the stuff.
Oh, you're in their space. Oh yeah,
man.
It's over.
I've invaded their territory.
Oh man, they're mad.
Yeah, they're pissed. You got to go.
You can find me on
running up.
You can find me on the Twitter machine at TrueHillSP3. All my written work on Sportskeeda.com, WrestleTalk.com. I did a whole bunch of podcasts this week. You can see Believe in Pro Wrestling YouTube channel with myself and Rick Uccino. We do about 4 shows a week. Hey, what's going on? You can also see me on the Wrestle Talk YouTube channel on Wednesday. I did a review of NXT with Tempest. I'll be back over there, I believe, this Wednesday with Pete. And you could also see me, Parts Fun Young YouTube channel, your Quizzlemania champion. Yes, you can see my win on Quizzlemania 45. And
hi, cutie pie.
Hey. There you go.
He loves that, I'm sure.
He looks like a young MJF.
Yeah. It is, right?
This is his origin story.
Okay. No, don't do that. Don't do that. He's way too many years away from knowing what that is.
This is his origin story right here, ladies and gentlemen.
MJF is truly salt of the earth.
Origin story right here. You could also see AE Ramble with myself and Jimmy breaking down AEW Dynamite this week. I did 3 count with SP3 with Top Guy JJ and Wendy yesterday talking about Cesaro. Go over to patreon.com/TrueHillHeat. We got the 3 count with SP3 on Swerve and Cage over there. We also going to have the True Hill Heat post show and a little bit more extras for you to enjoy. And follow the gang Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at True Hill Heat. A huge week of content next week. AEW Revolution.
Get these kids an inch. They take 2 miles. They just don't know how to stay. Look at this.
AEW Revolution week. We're gonna have the preview for the show. We're gonna have watch along and a roundtable review on Monday, next Saturday, right here on True Hill Heat. I already know our special guest. It'll be me, Miss Krssi Love, and special guest Sat E. Deyangi of Wrestling Daily and Wrestle Talk. My Mocha Mondays brethren will be here with us on True Hill Heat next week. Brother Nate Wilkins saying y'all closed out Brock History Month on a high note. Black delegation approved. Thank you so much, Brother Nate. Cody's like, thank you, Brother Nate. We also got Skinny Kravis saying, because Tony Khan doesn't like women, MCATs. You don't watch AE Ramble? Jimmy says it all the time. Yes, he does. And yes, I do. I do have 100 podcasts, but I love this one the most. I want to thank you all for joining us live. Remember to drop a thumbs up on the video, share it with your friends, subscribe if you are new, hit the bell to stay notified. For Top Guy JJ, for Miss Krssi Love, it is me, your True Heel Phenom SP3. This has been True Heel Heat 164. Signings, departures, and betrayals. We are signing off until next time.